Looks like we're only missing Loki in Roll20.
Oh,
It
it
just
would
made
help if I
funny.
joined into the actual game rather than just stare in the lobby.
Mm-hmm. Stare deeply into it until it tells you answers.
Exactly. Might
It's
not
me
be
at
the
2
right.
a.m.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, just take a second to load.
Of course, the big question from last session is Thrum now a fish or a new character entirely?
Yes.
What if he's
How
both?
fast
They
is
are
a
not
dwarf
mutually
in-
exclusive.
We just see some guy chasing us in underwater when we're trying to escape, and just the fish man bust ass, sea bass.
No.
Captain,
It's
there
just
have been bubbles behind us for 4 hours.
it's just Thrum, but some really large fish is like wrapped his mouth around his lower half, and now he's got like seashells on his chest, and he's a mer rock person now.
Yes, and he drives his fish pulling its whiskers. It's a giant catfish.
There's some really weird like hair metal band album cover right there. I just don't know how to put it all together.
You and Gumbo came up with that a little too quickly. Are we sure that's not actually what's going to happen?
No.
At this point, all hands are on the table.
Sound of rustling paper rapidly.
Write that down. Write that down.
I need to make a Coral Thrum template. Stat.
Okay. So let's see here. We can do the question. For obvious reasons, Cope will not be answering this one. Whenever you want to start the recording.
Oh yeah, I'm usually the one that hits that button.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to do it.
There's a big button that says recording.
I don't see it. When I close my eyes, I can't see the button, Richard. You know how it is. It's willful ignorance.
Well,
It's still it's like the bystander effect, but I'm the only one here. Anyway, the question for this week, kind of the question I think you're all expecting. You lost Thrum. What is your reaction?
Denial. Don't think he's actually gone. He's going to figure out a way to get back, and we're all going to be the worse for it.
Somewhat crestfallen. Like, fucking oceans.
Okay. I definitely know how to spell these words. Brea and Nolgrim.
I'm frustrated that there's really nothing he could do to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, holding on to the boat, guys.
His head just pokes up. Guys, it's only like 4 feet deep here.
I'm still alive. Fergus pushing him with his foot off of the boat.
Yeah.
Off of the boat.
How would Freya feel about this? So do we think Thrum's dead? I mean, he can't breathe underwater, can he?
He can hold his. I mean, you guys don't know that he can hold his breath for several hours. But he definitely sank explicitly like a rock, and then you guys had to hightail it out of there. Otherwise,
and we also don't know how deep this water is.
And you have no landmark to know the spot where he went into the water.
Yeah. It's safe to say we're not going to be able to go back for him at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Freya would probably just be trying to come up with some way to find Thrum. Right. If he's still alive, because we probably at least recover
Suddenly
a body. If she thinks he has like a normal lung capacity, then I mean he'd be dead.
All right, so I will move you guys over to the map. Turn on the music.
By the way, while we're transitioning, can I just say, I still think Cope should be in charge of tracking the rations and stuff for us, just because he's better at that, and he already has a spreadsheet going.
I mean, you guys mainly just cheese it anyway.
Now we do, but what if Taskell dies next? Then we're really going to have to rely on that.
This is true. What if Taskell dies now? What if he's been dead this entire time? What if I poisoned him and you guys don't know?
I'm pretty sure Thrum
He's
has a
secretly an
spreadsheet.
undeath cleric.
Mhm. So you guys have managed to put some distance between you and that seemingly endless swarm of horrible aberrations. Really mentally bite down on those feelings of that question I just asked, as you guys are completely taking stock of the fact that Thrum went overboard and you just got away from all that.
Is there any way he didn't drown?
Even if there was, I'm not sure how we'd find him to bring him back to the surface.
Ivy, speak us. I mean, we have to do something. We just can't. We can't just leave him.
I'm open to suggestions. I'm just as loath to leave him behind as everybody else, but
Fergus asks Taskell to cast light on a rock or something, or a pebble, or that he just pulls out of his shoe or something. Whatever is handy, just so he can see if we can see the depth of this thing.
I think light fades pretty quickly in water. But
Well, we can try though.
Yeah,
says Ivy.
Yeah, I would just have him enchant some throwable thing and just plop it over the edge and take a gander and see how far we can see it before the light just completely goes out.
It disappears quite rapidly.
Yeah.
so
Maybe-
out of curiosity, because there was a bit of light there, so does it look like it's just does this water look inky, or is it just
No,
water?
it's water, but there's just no light in here at all.
Right. Okay, that's what I feared, but I just wanted to
Mhm.
make sure.
But when you were dropping it in, when the light shines, it looks like clear water. It doesn't look like it's
Yeah.
you know how swamp water and stuff gets that weird thick consistency looking coloration.
Yeah, no, it looks like clear water. You do notice that something not just about the water, but about this place in general, even though that light mechanically extends just as far, everything feels dimmer. But it's mechanically it still functions just fine. But that's more of an ambient thing about this area.
Gotcha. Fergus kind of shrugs well, if he can't figure out a way out himself, there's no way we're going to be able to find him down here. He just kind of shrugs and doesn't really know what to say about it.
it's a dreadful place. And Taskell will just start going into prayer for some sort of guidance.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to guide us out towards open water because the edges have been bad for us.
Yeah. It's the little exclamation mark.
Or exclamation. I can't remember spells in this sheet.
Yeah. All right, so I think this is a good time, since this was the end of the travel day, to do of your first day on the Sunless Sea, I might add.
How far away did we go from where we dropped Thrum?
We went this.
It's still within the hex, but it is a 12-mile across hex, or half of it is anyway, so it's 8 miles, so it's difficult to tell.
But we're away from the edges of the
Yeah, you won't.
sides. We want to be away from those so we don't trigger something else.
Either way, what we're going to do here is that each one of you we're going to, at the end of each day on the Sunless Sea, due to the unnerving nature of this place, you're going to be performing what's called a stress test. A stress test is a DC 20 charisma saving throw. If you succeed, nothing happens. If you fail, you regain 1 less hit dice on a long rest. And it accumulates over time. Yeah.
You said a charisma save?
Charisma save. Because I am determined to bring charisma saves back.
Yep.
No
Well,
stress.
That's okay. That means I'm down to a maximum of 69 health.
Nice.
Well, your health doesn't drop. It's just so you know how you expend hit dice on
Hey.
short rests.
That's fine, but we can only regain one less than our maximum when we fail.
Mhm.
So that means after a long rest, I have 69.
All right.
The sex number.
So Nolgrim, Taskell, we just need one from Freya.
Charisma save, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Freya being the most charismatic of the group.
It's so weird to see Nolgrim only have a +2 to charisma saves, considering he's a warlock, because I keep forgetting he's an int-based one.
Mhm.
Well, fittingly enough, you all do fail. It's been a hard day, so that does check out.
Should we be rolling for the NPCs too, or are we just going to ignore them for now?
Too much book.
Flash of genius. I will add 5 to that roll.
You can do that. Absolutely. That's how those abilities work. I will say for the next day, you'll have one less flash of genius because this is like at the end of your long rest.
Okay.
Which also, long rest, feel free to heal yourself up. So taking a long rest on the boat is a bit different. So what is everyone doing? Like, how do you set it up for your long rest?
I forget, does this boat, like when it's big, actually have like a below deck, or is it all just open?
Yeah. Just one layer below deck. It's just like one big like hold. I say big, but it's
enough room for like a few people to go in there and sleep with our size and stuff.
Yes, roughly a third of it is taken up by Freya's suit, but you can walk down there.
I mean, in theory, would we be able to just go in shifts where we have like 2 people sleeping at any given time?
Yeah, you can.
Speaking of, we
you
need
can
to
still
switch
do-
around the watches because Thrum was on there by himself.
I'm assuming you guys do watches still, but I was just wondering, like,
Well,
where
I
do you
mean,
go?
like,
What do you do?
instead of like, rowing for however many hours, then stopping and sleeping, cycle through of, So
you need a minimum of 5 people to keep the ship moving 24 hours a day, because it's 4 rowers and 1 person on the rudder.
Gotcha. Okay. How many do we have total?
You have 7 because you lost your
7?
8th.
Okay, so could almost
We won't be able to keep going while we're trying to long rest it up. We're gonna have to stop.
Well, having watched Thrum sink, I will be taking my armor off and storing it in my backpack.
I changed the watch list for people, by the way, in case anyone has any changes they'd like to make.
And wearing my watch, kind of fastidiously casting mend on the boat anywhere that looks even suspect.
Yeah, that's fair.
I switched it around so Nolgrim and Ivy are on watch, and then I'm by myself since I have some of the better chance of noticing things by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because Thrum originally was by himself, and now he's gone, so now we only have 4 watches instead of 5. But I imagine Fergus is just scanning the horizon on his watch with the spyglass, kind of just being quiet, trying not to disturb anything. Anytime you might see like through the eyeglass like a blip in the water, he kind of focuses on it for a minute. And is it that son of a bitch? No, he's not actually coming up.
Yeah,
still kind of in denial about Thrum just being gone like that.
Yeah, you spend your watch looking through the night eye spyglass, and it's unnerving because unless you turn around to maybe try to look back at the wall from whence you came, out to the north, it's just it's like looking at a field of black. There's just nothing.
Yeah. That's
all
cool.
right. All right. So what does Nilgrim and Freya usually do on their watch?
I think Nolgrim would just focus on just looking around. Not really do anything to make noise or anything like that.
Frey's probably trying to do some hardcore math on like what are the can I remember what the stars looked like the day before?
Looks up. God damn it, no stars again.
God damn it.
I mean,
Remember what the
I guess he'd
glowing
probably,
algae on the ceiling looked like the day before? Wait, that's not how that works. Not the same.
Nolgrim might be doing his best to, do his map making and navigation, cartography skill and all that, but I imagine with no discernible direction, he's just
They're trying to pull out some way to measure how far we've gone or something.
Yeah.
You kind of get to like on your map to like this point here, and then after that it's frustratingly damn near impossible.
So so then he'd probably be spending a lot of the time while he's, looking out, just trying to devise a way to map making or to measure distance and just try to figure out the best way to make a map whenever they're traveling through what is effectively a watery void.
Mm-hmm.
So more of like a puzzling problem to help keep his mind active while he's otherwise bored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's extra eerie, this place as well, because it's not like a normal ocean where you kind of have like that sound of the water lapping against the side of the boat, because the water's completely still, like a flat pond.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quiet.
I imagine Nolgrim might be experimenting, taking measurements of, how far how fast they travel and try to use that and I don't know if anybody has a compass. I don't think Nolgrim. Well, would a compass be part of a cartographer's kit?
No, because navigator tools are a separate thing.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
I recently discovered that myself, so.
And yeah, just trying his best to come up with some sort of system based off of, measurements and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Again, more of an intellectual pursuit than anything.
All right. And this kind of still, blacky, nightless night passes without incident, which is both a relief but also somehow not reassuring at the same time. And next day, what do you guys want to do?
We just want to keep rowing north.
Yeah, let's try to get away from some of the edges, which ironically I think we're going to get closer to an edge going up this way. But, got to spend money to make
that
money.
That direction seems best to me.
All right.
Away from the cave fishes, at least. Question, Gombo.
Yes.
How many tiles can you move in a day?
3.
Are we able to like slow it down a little bit and like say maybe I get a better view with the spy glasses we're traveling to maybe do like 2 hexes in a day or something and
Sure, absolutely.
be a little bit safer about it?
I'll never stop you from going slower.
I just figured after the last day we had, we might want to rein it in a little bit, at least until we get out of the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to do that unless anyone objects.
No. If nothing else, it gives throw him a chance to catch up, right?
God, he already has a stony form and a magma form. The last thing he needs is a water form too.
He's gonna come back.
Some fucking Captain Planet, motherfucker.
He was the Avatar all along.
Only Thrum, master of all the.
Any opinion on which way we should go, guys? As I was thinking, just heading this direction.
By the way, another one Cope definitely hasn't seen.
Yep.
Let's try to go back around this way.
All right. So, so before anything else happens, I will need. Who is the driver currently on the ship?
Freya, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Freya, and then I'm like beating the spotter,
Mhm.
and then the rest of them are rowing.
Mm. You all suddenly feel the feeling of the nose of the ship hitting something extremely solid right in front of you and starting to scrape off to the side. Freya, could you give me a strength with boat proficiency check? If you're probably not proficient, so it'll just be a flat strength check.
Strength check.
As the boat is going to take 4d10 damage, and it'll be halved if you succeed this check.
Considering I don't think she's piloting it in her mech suit.
Yeah, so that is a failure. So it takes all 21. I will just throw down the little token I had prepared here. All right, so
I don't know if we expected this to be a strength job.
Well, I definitely shouldn't drive the boat then.
I believe.
Makes sense back then with like a ship's wheel if you're
Yeah.
banging against something.
Common misconception about the ship's wheels, like from Pirates of the Caribbean movies, is that you can't spin them like that, and it only takes like a really strong person or two people because power steering wasn't invented yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so damage threshold was 5, so it does take all 21 points of damage, which takes it from 110 to 89 whole damage. I got this. I got it in the void right now, but just so you guys see, I got this little Millennium Falcon token. I just typed in ship into Roll20, and that's the first thing that came up. I'm like, all right.
You're like, perfect.
I just became really sad that Thrum isn't driving that.
He just comes back with a Wookiee.
Gumbo, we need to talk.
Shit, how much damage was that?
We're down to 89 out of the 110.
Ah, okay. So I heard that backwards. I was like,
Abandoned ship.
You thought we took 89 out of the 110 we had?
yeah.
Yep. So
That would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been very bad. So, despite Freya trying to angle it away to reduce the damage, the ship comes to a stop as it apparently hit something very solid directly in front of you.
Like something we can't see, because I've been on the front keeping watch. So
Yeah. You go to lower your spyglass, and the edge of the spyglass hits something at like eye level right in front of you, just over the edge of the ship.
take the eyeglass away and try to get a better look visually.
It still looks like a black void, but if you reach out your hand, you feel very smooth stone.
Taskle, you got a light?
Hey, lad. Anything show up with some light?
Yes, directly in front of you, now being revealed in the reflection of your light, is a large, maybe like 10 or 15 foot wide pillar of mirrored obsidian emerging from the water and going up into the darkness of the ceiling. It would appear that without any light to reflect on it, even in dark vision, it was indistinguishable from the blackness around you. In case you guys are wondering, I wasn't bullshitting you. It had a passive perception check, and I even added 5 for the spyglass, and Fergus didn't pass.
Damn, that would have been a 20 too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's just this massive ass pillar of mirrored obsidian, and if you guys know anything about obsidian, when it breaks, it naturally forms sharp edges, so that just ground into the hull of your ship and was shredding the wood.
Let me see. I think I have I have a miner's pick in my inventory. Is it diamond?
It's obsidian.
And I see the joke he's making here.
I get it.
Despite Minecraft, actually obsidian is not the hardest mineral to mine. It's actually comparatively quite soft.
Mm.
It was just used by Paleolithic species because peoples. I say species, but humanoids, because it naturally forms blades and sharp heads with like no effort.
He's brittle but sharp.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was. Is it like mirror smooth as well, or just a mirrored finish sort of thing?
It is fairly smooth. Obsidian naturally kind of has like a smoother texture to it if you ever laid your hands on some in real life. But this is just like extra reflective. It's clearly like a natural formation. You're not like running into a structure or something, and nothing is like currently attacking you about it. But you just ran into a pillar.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can like row backwards and get yourself up off of it. That's not. But
I see that we have. I was like just looking at the bag of holding to see if there's anything that might help. We have fishing hooks. Is it safe to assume we have a fishing rod to go with them?
I'd say sure. Why not?
Because I was gonna say, like, I can take some rope and affix that to the top of the tip of the boat, so we at least have a little like outward protruding stick so we can try to avoid this next time. If you would allow that, Gombo.
Yeah, sure. It'll like, because you have to like counteract the boat's momentum. What that will do is that'll give you a bonus on the driver check to try to avoid it. Is what.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. That's all I'm looking for. So yeah, just strap that shit to the mast.
Or the prow, because you don't really have a mast.
Whatever they call them. I'm not a boat person. I know poop deck and I know mast. That's pretty much it.
I've been recently taking an interest in tall-masted ships. So when we, like 3 years from now, get the Skull and Shackles, you guys are going to be in for a good time.
I'll have to make myself a cheat sheet for terms on a boat, so I don't feel like a complete waste of time.
All right, but other than that, you guys are able to back up and move on. Which direction did you want to head?
I believe this way.
Okay.
Do we want to try tracing the perimeter of this thing?
No. Last time we went around the sides of it, we ran into two things back to back.
Well, as I said,
things are living on the edges a lot more.
As I said, or did you mean the pillar? Because the pillar, you're able to like angle Taskell's light, and you can see it.
Because there's like a pillar we can like boat around, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 10 or 15 feet wide. It's really easy to get around to the other side.
How tall is it?
You don't know. It just goes all the way past your dark vision into the darkness.
I have to admit, I'm kind of curious if there's something on top of it.
I mean, I could launch if Taskell cast light on my arrow. I can fire it upward, and I have at least a couple 100 feet on my shot.
Right, let's do that.
It's worth investigating.
I would say we boat like at least 20 feet away so that I don't fire it straight up.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
And then I would have him cast light on an arrow, and I'll mark that off of my inventory. And
yeah. It goes up until the light just becomes like a tiny pinprick, and then it starts coming back down. You didn't hear it impact anything, so you don't think it reached the ceiling of the cavern.
It most likely goes all the way to the top. Or if it doesn't, it goes up high enough that it would be foolish to even try to go up it anyway.
And I'm not marking the pillar on the map because a 10 or 15 foot wide pillar in a 12-mile radius of flat, featureless water is almost impossible to find. So,
of just a sheer fleet of fancy Nolgrim's going to use detect magic and just kind of sweep along it.
Nope, it's rock.
Random pillar, but okay.
Well, do you want to give me a knowledge nature to learn geology facts?
Sure.
I think I have nature if I can use it.
Would this get stone cutting?
Yeah.
Would you allow me to roll for it as well, since I'm trained in nature and I've kind of become the de facto ranger at this point now? What does stone cutting add?
You just double your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so 17.
17. Obsidian is an igneous rock, which is a type of rock that's formed from the cooling solidification of magma or lava. Sharpened volcanic glass, fairly soft, flaky, naturally forms sharp edges. So maybe once a long time ago, this large cavern wasn't filled with water. It might have been filled with magma.
Good to know.
I mean, it could have been like a lot more of this was. I mean, for all you know, the bed underneath the water could be pure obsidian, but it's just erosion has formed it to pillars.
Yeah. I'd really want to take a sample of it, but I feel like trying to chip away a pillar of obsidian in the middle of the water is a bad move.
Your call.
Oh no, it's not. I'm not doing it.
I could always shatter it.
No, thank you. Moving on. Throw it away.
Just like 10,000 arrow attacks falling down on your head. All right.
Also,
so
we have had issues with too much disturbing of the Underdark can cause problems if you're not careful.
So you said
Northwest.
northwest.
That's this way if you're bad at directions like my wife.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
And I believe that's the 2 hexes we can go today since we were being extra careful.
Yes. As you are paddling out there, let's see. Checking some stuff. Yeah, Fergus, you're traditionally on watch.
That's really all I can do on the boat because
Yeah.
my feeble form is not good for rowing or steering. So
something goes splash into the water, maybe 10 feet to your right, off the bow.
I'm gonna train on the area. Look down at the water and then up if I don't see anything. See if there's anything.
The water
falling.
fizzes for a moment, and then it starts to freeze, a spider cracking its way out. And then you hear another splash, everyone does now, to the left side of the ship.
Paddle? Paddle?
Everyone give me a perception check. Because I imagine at this point.
19.
All right. So now we just need one from Freya. Oh, there. Okay, so just Fergus and Nulgrim. You are hearing at some point in the darkness. It feels quiet. You can't judge its distance, but you're hearing a sound of a splish, splash, splish, splash, and like a very clean, constant, almost mechanical rhythm as another thing goes splashing into the water in front of you, and each one of these splashes begins freezing the water around you, slowly boxing in your boat as the water is beginning to kind of freeze around the hull of your ship or your boat. And Fergus, with a 19, you hear the distant, like a twanging sound, and then whistling of something flying through the air. And you turn around trying to squint with your spyglass as you just see a blur as a large ballista bolt just smashes into the ice at the rear of the ship or that you're on. And there is a chain attached to it.
I know this sounds unbelievable, but I think we have pirates.
How the fuck are there pirates there? Oh, fuck.
Pirate drow prows? Either way, do you think you could shatter the ice and maybe we can get away?
Hey, let's, is there a clear shot for me to use that and take that and clear a path?
One moment. I just gotta do a thing real quick.
I swear to God, if Cope's new character comes in with a pirate hat and a cutlass, I'm out of here.
Hi, my name's David.
David the pirate.
Have you heard about Jehovah's Witness? So the Ice is pretty closely around your little boat right now. So Nilgrim, you're like going to the back to get a better look of it.
Mhm.
And you are going to be attacked. There will be 3 attacks at advantage because they are invisible. So advantage 1, 2, 3.
1 hits.
So you take 7 bludgeoning damage, and then give me a dexterity saving throw.
Don't worry, I'm good at those.
So something invisible straight up punches you in the face, and while you're reeling, you feel an arm go around your throat and pulls you in. You're now grappled. As around you, materializing from the air, seemingly from the air, is 6 distinctly dwarf-like figures, but with gray skin. One of them has Nilgrim in a headlock, and he goes, "All right, ye, drop your arms or the pretty one gets it."
I like these
Fergus has the
guys.
most deadpan expression you've all ever seen in his life.
They are definitively Darugar, as I will move you guys to the map.
Did they all materialize?
Mhm.
Are they? Oh, they're just staying on the ice.
Yeah, they're on the ice right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
That's what's all around you. I have I did roll their stealth, and they all rolled 19s.
Jesus.
So that's
Well, you think
why
they have advantage when they're invisible, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Don't Durgar have like natural invisibility?
Yes, they do. So, initiative.
Yeah.
Also, what companion do you guys want?
I imagine whatever Thrum wants to use, since he's not.
I'm gonna say for this one encounter, Cope, you're just gonna have to watch if that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I would say Miku.
Yeah, I'll bring in Miku.
No, you did the same thing.
Shadow no Jutsu.
Turns out he was the ninja all along.
Okay. Drugar deckhand. Oh wait, I selected the Buccaneer. This is the deckhand. All right. Now let me just do that. On just doing some behind the scenes stuff. All right, everyone set up?
I believe so.
Yep.
All right, I'll put on the music. Fergus, pirates.
Yep. So I have a question. It's a little wacky, but my bow, can I shoot through Nolgrim and into the dwarf behind him?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to sacrifice my movement bonus so I have advantage. So I hopefully don't fuck this up, because that would be bad.
Seeing the arrow aimed at him, like, hey, buddy, let's talk through this. Oh God!
Yeah, and it just
That'll hit.
appears as it goes through Nolgrim and hits the other guy behind you. For 18 points.
18 points. Savage blow.
Oh, you cheeky bastard!
And then I'm gonna, with my other attack, which is gonna be a standard attack, just shoot this guy.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a hand axe and a little wooden shield, but that'll still hit.
Ignore the sneak. I forgot to uncheck that. So just 6
So
points.
6 points. All right.
That's all.
All right. Is the Buccaneer, because apparently I forgot to rename the token from Border. It was supposed to be Buccaneer, but it doesn't matter. Either way. So this guy's going to hop across the ice here. This guy's going to go on this side of you. This one is going to get here. So, it's deckhand. The Buccaneer, he is going to attack with they're each going to attack with a hand axe. And because they are both threatening, they will get their sneak attacks.
Fair enough.
So hand axe.
Miss. And
Hand
miss.
axe. All right, now 2 against Freya. Hand axe. And hand axe. I imagine those both hit Freya. Michael?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, they hit.
All right, so that is 8 slashing plus 5 slashing, and then I will add their sneak attacks. So that would be 28 damage. Adds plus 5 to your AC. So that might nullify the 20. I don't know if that'll nullify the 23.
23 it will.
Okay, then you're fine then. Okay. Then one more thing. This is why you should pull up
Actually,
more.
I
Yep.
do take the 23 damage. Let me do that.
Okay. So that would be the that'd be 10 damage then, because that's the second 2.
All right. Gotta be honest.
Yep, I appreciate it. All right. I didn't have this prepared, so I'll just roll this up manually. So this one will be an attack against your ship from somewhere in the darkness. Okay, thankfully for you guys, a ballista bolt whizzes by and splashes into the water, not hitting your ship, which has 11 AC.
Mm-hmm.
And it is now Miku's turn.
I'm going to go ahead and have him enter a rage and probably attack the one that's next to him. By the way, if anyone else wants to control him, I just started doing it, but I don't want to feel like the asshole.
Asshole.
I know.
That'll hit.
For 14 points of damage.
All right.
And I believe that's all you can do because it doesn't have multi-attack yet.
He does
But
not
the
have
creature
multi-attack.
does have disadvantage on attacks until the start of Miku's next turn.
Yes. Unless they're targeting Miku, I believe.
Yeah. It isn't against you, so.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much all you can do.
All right. Taskell.
Yeah, I guess I'll step up and attack this one.
Mm-hmm.
There's battle axe. There's battle axe.
Hey, Gumbo, would my suit be at full HP? It just wasn't when it was on the process.
Yeah,
Yep.
it'll be full HP. It's just below deck. You can get down
Okay.
there and hop into it as an action. So that'll be against the Buccaneer. That will miss.
All right, and then I guess, yeah. Might as well. They're attacking the boat.
Mhm.
13.
Let me see. And we'll miss.
Oh, God, but my initiative didn't go on the order again.
Oh, whoops. Let me add that for you.
It added it too.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to click on the tokens. It's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll just be below the deckhand then.
yeah. I got
above the deckhand. Sorry.
when I do it, I always get a low initiative roll. Anyways, it's like okay, let's put you at the end there.
Yeah. So the spiritual weapon misses the deckhand there.
Okay.
Nelgrim, you are currently in a headlock.
He'll try to struggle, but instead of focusing on trying to get away, he's going to peek out his gaze and cast Shatter on this area.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and upcast it to level 5. So that'll be 2, 3, 4, 68. They need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, let me just check something real quick.
Unfortunately, these are dwarves or Daruga.
Flipping through all my sheets because I make everything complicated for myself.
Go see if I could get this ship free.
Let's see. Yeah, okay. So you get hit by a 5th level counter spell.
Oh, damn. So that just cancels it straight out.
Yep.
Do I see where that came
I
from?
will ask Gumbo, do they know that he was casting a spell like that at a higher level, or were they just normal spell cast counter spell?
Well, let me see.
Because that's one
Yep.
of those things that like they would have to like know that they're.
I rolled their Arcana. They got over a 20.
That's fine. I just wanted to preface that because
Yes.
that could start being some bullshittery later.
Nope. It's a very fair point. That's why I did the roll, and yep, they got over a 20. So I think that's fair, and
that's fine with me. I just wanted to be upfront about that. So
yeah, and they can see Nilgrim in case you're wondering as well. Yeah. You guys don't see who did
I know
that
that there's a
counterspell,
reach that they have on it, but I don't know where they are. So
Does that drop their invisibility or no?
Yeah, because they have to be within 60 feet of us.
Yeah, it would if they were invisible.
Okay.
But I mean, if they're within 60 feet, we should be able to see them.
I measured it out.
So at least Nolgrim would be able to, because they have to be within 60 feet of him.
Yeah, I know. I did the measurements in the GM layer. I'm not bullshitting you.
Yeah, I know. I just don't see anything.
Yeah. That's fine.
Shit. Then I guess bonus action, hit this guy with my hex.
Okay.
And my movement is 0, so that's it.
All right. Freya, you're surrounded by pirates.
The only thing slimier than drow. Going to cast that on my weapon. Branding Smite. I guess you can just use a 7. I didn't know I was going to roll it there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which is a bonus action onto my axe. And which one of these guys hit me?
I'll say this one.
All right, and I'm going to return the favor. Battle axe.
It was quite a quest trying to find pictures of dwarf pirates, by the way.
I imagine you had to Photoshop their skin color.
Yeah.
The chance of finding a Duragar dwarven pirate would be pretty nuts.
That should be 14 damage total.
Yep.
7 slashing, 7 radiant.
That kills them. They're good, but they're not that good.
And then I glance back at the next Drugar who hit my shield. And that will be my turn.
All right. So let's see here. Okay. So it's not the deckhand's turn quite yet. Okay. And is this? Oh, hide from others. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Coming out of the darkness to the north is 3 magic missiles that'll hone in and hit Fergus.
Okay.
So you'll take 11 force damage.
Owie.
All right. Now it is the deckhand's turn. The one next to Nulgrim will lay into him with some unarmed strikes. He gets 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3.
All 3 hit?
Bip, bop, bam. And then he's going to use a bonus action to use.
Wait, am I still grappled or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
He's used his bonus action to use his skill Expert Brawler. So give me another. Let's see, a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. You are stunned until next turn as you got him a headlock and he like punches you in the kidneys and then he grabs you and he just slams your head into the rim of the boat.
See, it's a good round for Nolgrim.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering when we were going to run into a counter spelling thing, because that's always fun when you are a warlock and you have limited spells.
Guy is going to move over here to get behind Freya. And he is also going to throw out 3 unarmed attacks against Freya. 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure the 17 will hit, but I think the other ones miss.
The 17 will just hit.
All right. So you take 9 bludgeoning damage. And then give me a dexterity saving throw as he uses his bonus action for Expert Brawler.
All right. I'm kind of good at these.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, not very much, but I got some numbers in there.
Yep. You keep your footing so you do not get knocked prone. All right, Fergus.
I'm gonna swap to my daggers. Actually, no, what? Fuck that. I'm gonna swap to a Shadow Blade as a bonus action. Schwang. I'm gonna make 2 attacks against this guy first, and if he downs after the first one, I'll go after the next.
All right.
I'm going to roll a d8 on the superiority die for a 15.
15 will hit. That just meets his AC with his shield.
So that'll be 20 points of psychic damage.
That'll take him out.
Then I'll swing at the next one. Sneak attack off. 17.
That'll hit.
Or 10 psychic. And I will action surge. And do it all again. That one will miss. Final attack for 15.
That will just hit his AC. So that. Oh,
well,
yeah,
15
sorry.
is damage.
Yeah, sorry, I got confused. He is still up.
Well, I am going to move in.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
All right. So it is the Derogar Buccaneers. So first up, one will make a hand axe attack against Fergus. Oh, that's the deckhand again. Buccaneer. Hand axe. Huzzah. That'll hit.
That'll hit.
So that's going to be 12 damage.
Got it.
And now another hand axe against Freya. 14 will miss. Now, you are hearing in the darkness the sounds of voices speaking Dwarven, clanking of gears, and 2 twangs as 2 ballista bolts are fired at this ship. So that one will hit, and that one will miss. So the one that hits does 3d10 piercing damage. Your ship has a damage threshold of 5. Wow, that's a shitty roll, but it manages to do all 12 damage. So
Are we still at 89, or would have Taskell been able to mend some of the damage?
you guys
from
never
before?
said that you mended it, so you're at 77 now.
I was just wondering because during our first rest, he said he was like mending every time he saw any damages. So I wasn't sure if that applied or not.
Not at this point. If you guys had gotten a long rest before this, I could have seen that, but you didn't explicitly said it because you were rolling. We're moving. All right. And then sliding down the chain, hooked onto the ice, is 2 more Buccaneers. And this guy who I'll need to roll his initiative for.
Oh God, it's Thrum's brother.
You see this pretty large by dwarven standards, Derogar, and he's carrying what looks like a ship's anchor. Hey, initiative 20. He goes now. He goes, all right. Let's just get these here surfacers under control. And the boatswain is going to step up to here. And then he is going to spend his action to enlarge.
God damn it is Thrum's brother.
However, enlarging is his action for the turn. So that's all he's got.
Yeah, we're gonna run into an opposite party of us.
Now,
he's a big target.
It works off Waluigi rules, you see.
Yes. Wow.
He is a big target, but we need to get the one off of our boat if we ever have a hope of trying to get out of here anyway. So I think Miko's going to attack him.
Mm-hmm.
And go for a reckless.
That'll hit.
17. Or 12 points of damage to the one between Nolgrim and Fergus.
Yeah, doesn't like that much. Taskell.
Well, damn. That my armor, Spirit Guardians, is a lot riskier. But that will probably be what I do. So. Let's go level 3.
All right. So, what level are you casting it at?
3.
3. Okay, that will also get counterspell. I did roll an Arcana. They got a 17.
Yeah.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, you're burning through this person's spell slots doing this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's just weird that we can't see them, but they're not invisible. So
Spiritual weapon on that.
Oh, wait, that's actually a good point. Taskell is too far away, so never mind. Your Spirit Guardians are fine. I got a little trigger happy there. The one with Nolgrim was legit, but the this one, no. This Spirit Guardians are good.
Yeah. And 17 on the deckhand.
All right, that'll hit. No, so that'll take him out. All right, and then I need to do the wisdom saving throws for your.
I think on the start of their turn.
Oh, on the start of their turn. Okay.
Or if they move into it.
Yeah, Nilgrim, you are stunned, but now you're no longer stunned. Freya.
All right. I am going to.
Is it the end of my turn or the end of the deckhand's turn?
The end of your turn, I think.
Yeah. That's when the stun condition usually clears.
Let me just check.
Or no, it's like it's until the end of their turn. So
Yeah. Okay, you're right. So
when it gets to the Duergar's turn at the end of their turn, then you're unstunned.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
All right, I'm going to step up here and thunderclap.
Oh boy, she got the clap.
I think casting that will do the correct. Did you even roll that? No, I guess it didn't. So it'll do 2d6. They need to do a Constitution saving throw, or it'll do 2d6 to all three of these guys within 5 feet of me.
All right.
Is that the one that blows them away too, or is that just the?
No, it's sadly that would be very cool.
1, 2
That would be dope.
failed, and then the.
I know there's a thunder ability that like knocks them like back like 10 feet or something, but I can't remember what it's called.
They all failed.
All right, so they're all going to take 2d6. So they will take
it's Thunder Wave that I'm thinking of.
4 damage each.
All right. What are you doing, Roll20? Why? I'm trying to modify the health, and you're like, I'm sorry, you want to zoom out? You want to open a character sheet?
You want to file your taxes?
Yep. All right. Your 12,000 extra small condoms are in the mail. Yep. So they all take that damage. They don't have any special resistances or anything. All right.
Also, the ice underneath me would take that damage too, but I don't know if that.
Yeah. That 4 damage will not be enough to destroy it.
All right.
Some spider cracks.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. That would be fun here.
Oh yeah, start of his turn.
Yeah, it's not quite his turn yet. There is someone else on the initiative. You just can't see them, so I haven't made it visible for you guys yet.
Yeah, like if you keep them on the GM layer on the initiative, they're invisible, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was the intention. Nah, it's not a good time for that one yet. Does that go? All right. You see a little pinprick of light fly out of the darkness, and a fireball explodes behind Taskell. So it will be here. It will hit this one Buccaneer here. But are you guys seeing the arrow?
Yep, I am.
So it'll. I'll just go ahead and kill the Buccaneer because he's got 1 hit point. So even if he succeeds the save, he did.
17 is Miku. 23 is Fergus.
Yeah, those will both pass.
So all of us pass.
Yep, let me roll the damage because it's.
Where'd you say it was? Because wouldn't it hit him too, or
It who?
the big guy?
Oh yeah, it will hit him as well. Good call. I'll roll for him in a second, but here's real quick his fire damage. So that's a half on a save.
13 to each of us.
Yep, and resistance, so drops to 6.
You have
right?
resistance. You take like 7, huh?
He'll fail. And the boat takes 26 damage because the boat was in the blast radius too.
Yes. I've got to make the con save to hold on to the spell.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do.
Yep. As long as you get a 10, since you only took so minimal damage.
Mm-hmm. All right, I will move this fella away. Now it's the deckhand's turn. He will do a wisdom saving throw.
Or take 14.
Mm-hmm. He definitely fails. And 14 is just enough to kill him.
Huzzah.
Some sickly, stupid dwarves.
+0 to his wisdom. That's pretty basic. But at the end of this turn, sliding down the chain from what you presume is their ship is going to be 2 more deckhands, but that's their entire turn. Fergus.
grumbles under his breath. He's like, it had to be goddamn dwarves. This is like a curse. I'm going to step up here, and I'm going to try to go balls to the walls on the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'm going to second wind myself.
Okay.
To get 15 health back, which is nice.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to attack. Shadow Blade. 16. I'm going to actually...
let me see. That will hit.
Okay. So that'll be 22 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will attack one more time. For another 21 points of damage. Got really high rolls on those two psychic blades.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I got.
All right. Buccaneers' turn. This one's going to move over here. This one right here is going to bonus action, use his cunning action to disengage. He's going to come down here to Nulgrim. This guy will just shift around to there. Yeah, the Buccaneers are basically little rogues.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll get a hand axe against...
look at the little rogues.
One against Freya, one against Fergus, one against Nulgrim, who is no longer stunned, so they don't get any bonuses.
Hit me with your best shot.
Fire away.
So first up, Freya. Miss.
Pathetic.
Fergus.
Just hits.
3 slashing plus 5 sneak attack. And then hand axe against Nulgrim. 16?
That'll miss.
All right. And that's all of them. His turn. He makes a wisdom saving throw for being in that.
I believe that's a fail.
Yep, that is a fail, so he'll take the 11.
I believe I can't see his aura, but shouldn't some of these guys taking the damage too? I'm not sure what this range.
They're just on the edge
15.
of it.
Gotcha.
All the ones that were in the aura besides the Bowswain are already dead.
Gotcha.
Oh, sorry. Before the Bowswain goes, I forgot to fire the ballistas at your ship again.
There's like a ballista stuck that they're all sliding
forgot
down
to,
onto,
Gumbo.
aren't
It's too late. Too late.
So hit.
They were slacking on the job. They couldn't quite get that next ballista loaded.
So this will be... that's more like it. 32 points. That definitely bypasses the hardness of 5 on the ship.
Well, wouldn't it be 10 because you're doing it twice? Because that's 2 attacks.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because even if it was cut in half, the first 3, 5, once it beats 5, then all the damage goes through. It's not...
I thought that was per attack, though, isn't it?
Yes, but okay, so let's just look at 5.
So that would be
8
10.
plus,
Wouldn't that be 10 reduced from that, though?
No, because it's not damage reduction. It's a minimum that you need to hit to do any damage at all.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, this isn't Pathfinder.
I wasn't sure how that worked with the
Yes.
That's why I was trying to clarify because I was
Damage
not
threshold
understanding.
is just if you get too low. So that way someone with a dagger that does 1d4 plus nothing can't stab a ship to death.
Gotcha.
So your boat is looking really bad. Is at 19 hit points.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Fun stuff.
Now the Bowswain is going to attack. He is going to make 2 large anchor attacks against Fergus. So first up.
That'll hit. I am going to use my superiority die. Minimum will block it, so I don't get hit.
All right. Second one.
That'll hit.
23 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's a nice pre-owned boat at the other end of that chain.
Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna have to go for now.
Mm-hmm. So that's 23 points of bludgeoning damage as he hits you with an enlarged anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Miku.
Gonna go for the boatswain.
Okay.
Oh, it should
That'll
have been
hit.
an advantage because I'm gonna commit to it because he would have been an advantage because he's recklessing. So
Yep.
so 7 points of damage, but it has disadvantage on anyone but Miku now.
Got it. Taskell.
Yeah, guess I'm moving in, and I'm gonna take the defense action and bonus action. Have it move over and attack. Guess that one, because they seem slightly more dangerous. Woo.
All right, that'll definitely hit. Big hit on him.
Did you little shuffle? Hit them all with fairy fire.
Little shuffle.
Little
No,
shuffle. Little fire. I mean, I could also hit you with fairy fire if it's all right.
Loki, it's your turn.
All right. Think I'll go ahead and use my armor's ability. Is that a free action, or I'm not sure? What
It's a reaction, so you just can't use your reaction until your next turn that way.
Okay, so but I could use it now.
Yes, you could use it now.
All right, I'll go ahead and shift, move this way, and then with my standard action, go ahead and use. I'll go ahead and summon a aberrant grudgebound right here.
All right.
We'll go with the Goreborn. Let him deal some damage. Anything stopping me, or am I good?
Nope, you're good.
Right.
You're out of range for counterspell.
All right.
I learned my lesson. I'm not.
He's not me.
And I believe he gets to act on my turn right away.
End of your turn. Yes.
End of
So
my
as
turn,
soon as
okay.
you're sure as soon as you're sure that you're done with whatever you're doing, he can do. Which I believe is everything, because you used a reaction, an action, and a move. So
Yeah.
you got a bonus action.
Nope, no bonus action at this point. So his turn.
Mhm.
I think he'll first take a swing at this guy.
All right.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit. All right.
Is he still up?
Minus 14 or 15. Yes, he is still up.
All right, take a swing against the same one.
All right. That'll hit. And that'll kill him.
And that will be my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, does that count as me killing him?
No, he very also because the one that you I believe the one that you put your grudge on already died.
Yeah.
I marked him.
No, I know. It was more for the Accursed Spectre ability.
No, I do not believe so. I believe your grudge fund counts as a separate creature.
Although when he died, wouldn't Nolgrim got health back?
I did. I already applied it.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
All right.
Freya.
Okay, I'm going to take a 5-foot step back, so this one will get an attack of opportunity, I think.
Okay, so that would be in here. That'll hit for 4 slashing plus 6 sneak attack damage, so 10 damage total.
I'm going to pop a shield.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about shield is that it lasts until the.
Oh, it was a
turn,
23. Sorry, I thought it was. Yeah, I don't think shield would even help with that.
Yeah, I don't think so
I
either.
think 17. I think I got a 22.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll take that damage. Unfortunately, shield is nice, but just don't have as much AC in D&D as you do in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 4 and 6.
Yep. So 10 damage total.
And then I will launch a fairy fire, and we'll get all of these dwarves and your homunculus, which I don't feel too bad about.
All right, so I will roll for the deckhands first.
It's not like it's the one that judges you anyway.
Yeah, it's the dexterity saving throw.
Yep,
So
dexterity savings.
Dex.
I
One
will
fails, one succeeded, and then for the Buccaneers, some truly miserable rolls on my account. But other than that,
Yeah, I'll just put that in there.
I swear, whenever I'm game mastering, I'm either rolling absolute death or it's just the worst.
I mean, it's the same with me. I rolled nothing until the one encounter that kills y'all.
It would also do any of them if they're like under the water or anything, but and they would glow. But I don't know if there are. So I just
there are not. I will just let you know. I would have rolled for their saves if there was, but there's not. So you're
all right.
Yep.
Quickly, roll a perception to spot the rare mookfish.
All right. So that's your, oh, Loki. Could you roll the dexterity for your grudge bound?
Oh, yeah.
So he is also fairy fired. I'll just put the little pink dot on.
Quick,
for you.
everybody, attack the sparkly demon.
Oh, I don't feel that bad. I kind of feel like I'm doing him a favor.
So all of a sudden, Freya's name gets added to your book of grudges. Fuck.
All right. So before the deckhand's turn, let's see. That is. So a cold wind blows over you as the caster that you cannot see casts Ice Storm at 4th level. So it's a 20-foot radius, so they're going to target just everything. Scorched Earth hits all their own guys too. That's a really miserably low roll. Look at that. So success on dexterity will have the damage.
Miku takes full brunt.
Mm-hmm. When you guys are done, then I'll roll for the
one off.
All right. So then I will roll for the Buccaneers. I'll just roll advantage, and then this will just be for both of them. Pass. Then for the deckhand, pass fail, and then finally for the bowswain, pass. So, man, I rolled super low on that one. So let's see, what's the total?
Ice Storm's not really meant to be high damage anyway, compared to like other ones.
Though it does make everything difficult terrain to keep in mind. So that is 15 damage is what it is if you did not succeed, correct? My math is not wrong. 7 plus 8, that's 15?
Yeah.
Okay, and then everyone else just takes 7. All right, and then I'll just say your boat takes 7 because I feel like a resistance, given that it's a very generalized area, is fair.
It put out the fire for us.
Yep. So your boat is now at 12 hit points. All right, and now on the deckhand's turn, you hear a loud, booming voice speaking Dwarven from across the water. Go, all right, mate, easy layabouts. I think we've softened them up enough. Go ahead, cut the cords, let them drift. And you see the chain on the harpoon in the ice goes limp as it slacks into the water. And now it is the deckhand's turn. They're going to shift up, and they are going to just double team Taskell.
I think they have disadvantage because didn't he just defense up last turn?
Yes, they did, but they get 3 attacks each. So
Do they take
Still
damage
better
at the
turn.
start of their turn or at the start of task?
I dropped it because of the spell.
yep,
Oh, gotcha.
I saw that. I appreciate you being honest there, Kenneth. I was keeping an eye out.
Mm.
I got sharp eyes. Anyway, here we go. 1. What's your AC right now, just to make this easy?
16, because I'm not wearing my armor.
Gotcha. 2, 3. All right, now on to the second one. 1.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
hits.
that'll hit.
2, 3. So 1 hit. So you take 8 bludgeoning damage and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Did so well with the last one.
Oh, you succeed, so you're not stunned. But you still take the 8 bludgeoning damage from being punched in the face. Fergus.
How rough is this guy looking?
Very rough. Very, very rough.
I'm gonna pull out my stab shroom in my offhand,
Take him out, Fergus.
and he's just like, "You remind me of my uncle, and I fucking hate my uncle," and he's just gonna start swailing on him.
Wow, dark. That'll hit.
With sneak attack.
All right.
So that'd be 26.
Yeah, he had 14 hit points left.
Gonna turn and attack the other guy next to me.
Fergus is working out his issues.
Yep.
We all mod in our own ways.
Did you want to see if you get a natural 20 on that? Because you have advantage because of fairy fire?
Oh yeah. I'll just roll a 5d20. See.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. That's 16 psychic damage.
You still up?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and stab him with the stab shroom.
That'll hit.
Or
That'll take him
11,
out.
but probably 10 because he's probably resistant to poison.
He is. But he's got exactly 10 hit points left, so.
And I'm going to move backwards in the boat. Because I'm hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to shout out to the boat that he can't see, like, fuck you and your mothers.
All right. So this Buccaneer is going to keep trying to get at Freya. So he is going to form a... Actually, that's not the smart play. The smart play would be to take the bonus action, disengage, and instead move over here. And he is going to attack Taskell instead. Keep remembering, these guys are intelligent combatants.
Freya gets an attack on him, though, right?
Nope, bonus action, disengage.
Oh, yeah, he's a roguey rogue.
Mm-hmm. So attack on Taskell will miss. And the boatswain is dead, so I will remove him from the turn order. Miku.
I'm probably going to stab at the guy that's next to him. It's fairy fire, so you won't have to reckless this time.
Mm-hmm. That'll hit.
For 7.
He is still up.
Oh, yeah. Think that's all you can do.
Okay. Taskell.
Right, well, I guess I'll battle axe the guy north of me. Yep, I don't need advantage. But I think 17 hits anyway, so I'll just do
It
that.
does. So just to see if we get a natural 20. You never know.
Yeah.
Nope, but the 17 will hit. 13 damage. You know, it's easy to forget, but when Taskell does hit, with that extra fire damage he gets because of his class, he does hit quite hard with a melee attack.
Oh, yeah. It's what they do to help balance out the fact that clerics never get multi-attack.
Mhm.
Spiritual weapon will hit.
13.
That'll kill him.
Yay. That just leaves one with fairy fire on him.
Mm-hmm.
Nelgrim, aim.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
All right.
First.
It'll be an
That
advantage
hit.
too.
Oh, grudge won't be applied.
Yeah.
So 10 damage.
10 damage. He is still up.
Shoves him 10 feet.
Did you roll it at advantage? Because you might get a 20.
I did not roll at advantage. Let me.
Oh, sorry, your angle's a little bit weird.
Yeah, you might get a crit. See, you probably want to roll that attack again.
Nope.
Yeah, not quite a crit, but
I mean, he still has one more
Yeah.
attack, and I'll let you know he's got 1 hit point. So, yeah, he dead. As you just blast him back into the water, and he falls into the inky deep. All right. As we move to Freya's turn, Freya, you hear this splashing sound of something moving through the water. Now that it's closer, you're definitely getting the feeling that it sounds like a water wheel.
Fucking
As something
riverboat captains.
Something is moving farther up to the north here. But you guys are going to get 1 round of no one's coming up. So think about what you want to do. But we'll start with Freya.
Oh, at the end of his turn, he would have got 5 more hit points.
sorry, I was muted. I'm going to take out the Gloomstalker.
Okay.
And what is switching weapons in D&D?
It is
free?
you get 2 item interactions in your turn. So yeah,
So you can stow one and pull one out, I think, is what you can do. But I have 2-weapon fighting, which is why I can pull out both daggers or something when I do it.
Okay, and then I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right. Fergus.
Let's see. I have a vial of acid. I'm just gonna go over to this side and just throw it at the ice beyond our boat. See if we can try to melt a path we can boat out of here in.
Yeah, sure.
Tossing it. Not sure how it'll work with the ice, but I can't really hurt it with my shadow psychic sword.
Yeah. On paper, I should be able to select the ice I drew here, but it's not letting me.
It's hard.
There we go. Boop, 1 down.
But yeah, I just advise everyone to start clearing the ice so we can see if we can paddle ourselves away a little bit.
Miku.
Yeah.
Probably smack at some ice too.
Mm-hmm. Probably won't get
Smack
very
it.
far, but you can try.
Let's see. Rage smacking it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's not enough to chip it away, but you're making progress.
Oh, he got.
How's that ice looking from the fireball that hit it earlier?
That's the one that Fergus just destroyed.
Well, it also
Okay.
hit this one too, I think, because it would have hit. No, they did target this down here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was down there. That's why I removed it. 1 vial of acid wouldn't be enough to destroy it, but it did get fireballed earlier, so I took that into account. I am tough, but I try to be fair. Taskell.
Yeah, well, battle axe at this one to the south. And I guess I'll have the hammer trying to chip away at it too.
Fire damage does pull double duty, but so far it's not quite enough, though it is beginning to fracture. Okay.
Out of curiosity, would a green flame blade work, where it hit one and jump into the other?
Does it do fire damage?
Yes.
Then the base fire damage it does at your level would do something.
Okay, but wouldn't jump to the next?
No.
Okay. In that case, I'll just let's see. What does it add? Yeah, I'll just do 2 Eldritch Blasts. First starting with this one, and if that one breaks, go to this one.
All right. All right. Doesn't break.
All right, same one.
It's close, but it's not quite there.
All right. And then this guy is going to focus on breaking this one apart.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit. All right. Does a little bit on that. Yeah, that'll hit, but let's see if it gets over the threshold. Barely does, yes. All right, Freya.
Looking with my Gloomstalker out into the darkness, I guess. Do I see anything?
You're looking to the north, right?
Yeah. Or wherever the ballista bolts were coming from.
Yeah, you do look to the north from where they were coming from. Mind you that what I'm going to show you here is going to be a bit off the map.
Okay.
But it is because they are a good distance away here. But I will just drop one little light temporarily. Doop.
Aha.
Let's see. No, we got the big guy there.
Yeah, you see the largest Drogar that you've ever seen. He might be enlarged, but you don't know. His skin looks blue and he has horns. And as you are sweeping the deck of this very large, like 3-deck ship that has large paddle wheels on the side of it, you see that they got 2 ballista mounted on deck that are pivoting and aiming towards your ship. And along the side of the ship, you see the cannonades are opening as 4 more ballistas are loading up for a broadside.
Brace yourselves, we're loading up for another ballista barrage. And then I'm going to aim my sights at the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And go, you don't quite match the look yet. Aim for one of his eyeballs.
Okay.
With my expert marksmanship, of course.
Yep. So they are 120 feet away. I forget what the distance is on your Gloomstalker.
120 feet away. Okay. Let me check.
I mean, isn't it the same as a normal crossbow, or is it beyond that?
Yeah, it doesn't say on the Gloomstalker.
It should be a normal heavy crossbow.
Normal heavy crossbow.
I want to say that's like 80 or 100, but I can't remember. Let's see, crossbow heavy range is 100, and then 400 at max range. So you'd be at disadvantage to attack.
Okay. Let me see. Unfortunately, Fairy Fire is only 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot, more than you'd think it would be.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty far away. So yeah, I will just be rolling it at disadvantage, my Gloomstalker.
Mm-hmm.
Disadvantage. Come on.
You aim down the sights, you control your breathing, you pull the trigger, and the bolt seems to be flying true. It only goes a little bit lower than you think. Rather than hitting his eye, it hits his cheek, and through the sight you see it scrape off his skin, unable to penetrate his hide. And through the sights, you just see him laugh and raise a tankard in your direction like a toast, that you managed to get that close. And since that's the end of your turn, since it's now back to the top of the round, you hear a booming voice speaking Dwarven again. It goes, I must say, you'll fight quite well. Now, I was thinking, perhaps we just leave you be, but nah, I think it's High time ye surrender. And you guys are free to speak out of turn here if you'd like.
By the way, can you turn the music down a little bit because it's hard to?
Sure.
I can tune it down myself. I think.
Yeah, you can.
I forgot because I couldn't see it because they changed the configuration tab.
From back over our way, I'll yell back in Dwarven, move your head a couple centimeters.
This isn't looking good, guys. What's the play?
I'll look back at them. My crossbow bolt completely did nothing to that guy's skin. It chipped off like stone.
Yeah, another one of them. Well, we either surrender and have a chance of living, or they sink our boat and we swim. And don't like the looks of that.
You hear him speak again. I would be rather faster on the answer there, me hearties. You've been throwing a lot of the corpses of me men to the water there. And I'm guessing as topsiders, you're not too familiar with the local fauna of the Sunless Sea. You see, blood in the water like that tends to draw prying eyes and claws. And I'll just throw these things down so as you can see them. As you see kind of burbling up through the water are these lovely things. They're like part lobster, part crayfish, part lamprey.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't think we stand much of a chance.
Just yell back at them. Well, you got us bent over a barrel, don't you?
Well, I just be a humble pirate doing me business. It's
Well,
hardly
you want us to
my
surrender,
fault.
you got to come get us. We don't really have a paddle boat anymore.
Too true, too true. How about all ye just throw your weapons onto the edge of the ice there, and me boys will harpoon it back, and then we'll reel you in.
How about we put it below deck so they don't all disappear under the waves?
Give me a persuasion.
23.
Okay. And also, this is an important question. Are you sincere in surrendering?
I mean, yeah, we don't have a chance of standing up that
Yeah.
many people right now, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know if this was like a ploy to get onto their ship or if you were genuinely going to...
Well, we're not going to get up
surrender.
on their ship and try to fight, but if we
Mhm.
have an opportunity to leave, we probably will take it.
Yep.
But at the moment, we are surrendering.
All right. So I will end the lovely combat music there and close my many sheets as we are exiting combat. He agrees to let you put the weapons below deck.
So I go take the weapons below deck, and so she hasn't been fighting with us. Ivy's, I imagine, is below deck, right?
Yeah, it's whatever the hand wavy pocket dimension that Cohen's
I'm gonna
go
hand
to.
her the ring of invisibility and tell her to lay low. I never said it. She's surrendering. I said we're
Yeah.
surrendering.
Yeah,
so I
go
just
ahead.
basically give that to her, and like if you have an opportunity to sneak on board with us, I would take it.
All right. Go ahead and roll me that stealth if you'd be so kind.
And she would have advantage on it because she'll be invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Stealth is 19. Probably not going to work. I mean, plus 10. I had to roll pretty shitty.
Yeah. All right. I'll work on that later. Anyway. I was trying to clear the map, but layers are funky. So yeah. They apparently have some way to have eyes on you. You're not certain how. And they confirm that you got no weapons. They fire another ballista bolt into the ice, and they haul your ship in. You hear a bunch of muffled footsteps on the deck as your ship gets pulled in, and there was many, many, many more Draugr on this ship.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we see that many on deck when she looked
Mhm.
through the spyglass or her bow, you can imagine how many are below deck paddling the damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Ropes are thrown down to you as several more rappel from the side of the ship to land around you, and you are swiftly and none too gently grabbed, restrained, and put in manacles and being hauled onto deck. You are now on the deck, and by the wheel, you see a 10-foot tall, vaguely blue-skinned Derugar grinning down at you. He's got a very unpleasant smile. At first, you think it's like, the stereotypical pirate, like, gap tooth thing. Then you realize it's the fact that some of his teeth are like normal, like humanoid teeth that are flatter and blunter, and some of them are sharp and pointy, like fangs, but they are just randomly spaced out in his mouth with no apparent natural rhyme or reason. And he goes, well, me hearties. Look, me crew, real surfacer dwarves. It's been a long time, hasn't it? And like a chuckle goes out throughout the entire crew that makes you feel very unsafe. He goes, well then, why don't we divide them up, take them below deck while we go through our plunder. And you are all getting separated.
You can take whatever you want, but you won't possibly be able to use any of my gadgets.
All right, so let's see. How are we going to divide this up? Look at camping notes here. So
it's utterly wasted in your hands.
They are taking Freya, Fergus, and Miku one direction, and then Nulgrim, Iago, and Taskell are getting separated below deck.
You said Fergus, Freya, and Miku in one direction?
Yep. You got separated below deck, taken apart, or, apart from each other.
Oh, shit. This is going to be an undead campaign now?
Yes,
taken apart.
You are trundled off very roughly. Lots of shoving, tripping. It seems like the only joy they're getting is watching you guys stumble and have a hard time until they get to a series of wrought iron cages. This is the same for each of you, even though that you're in two different rooms. And you're shoved into these not very well taken care of and definitely not big, even by dwarven standards, cages. And are locked in there as you feel the subtle motion of the ship beginning to lurch back into motion again. So as I said, it is Freya, Miku, and Fergus in one section of the ship, and Nulgrim, Iago, and Taskell in the other. However, as you're stewing in these cages, Nulgrim and Taskell, kind of pondering how you got into this section. I mean, you guys fought demons, and now you're captured by pirates of all things. You hear the gentle creak, creak, and your heads turn as you see that there is another cage that is occupied here. It is like a cylindrical cage hanging from the ceiling with just 2 feet dangling out for it. Cope, would you like to describe your character?
Certainly. You see pretty average height for a dwarf, but much thinner, more agile. This gentleman has blue skin, some leathery, brightly colored clothing, nice red with some gold trim. He's looking a little lazy in the cage, and he's got, what would you say, Gumbo, almost like a fish-like quality to his face?
Most definitely, yeah. I can drop the token down on the map here if you would like to just have that as easy help.
Yeah, that's easy help. He's going to look at you too as you come in and say, "Don't try and steal the key. They'll put you in one of these."
You guys see that there?
Mm-hmm.
I'll delete it again.
Said he was a dwarf?
No, he's about the
he's-
same height as a dwarf, but
Yeah, he's
much
definitely not a dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has scales.
I was going to
About
say.
5 foot tall, thin, agile fishman.
hmm
And how long have they had you down here?
I've eaten a few times, but that doesn't mean much. Well, wait. You mean this time, or how many times have they captured me before?
Is this a recurring?
First one, then the other.
Yeah, I've had 5 or 6 good meals this time. We should be heading back to Denport now that they've got all of you lot. There's a lot of commotion up there. You sure gave them what for?
At least a half dozen of them.
How many of you?
Me? I had a shit luck of it. Only managed to take down 1, maybe 2. One for me and 1 for my summon.
Not bad against this lot. You all don't look like normal Dorgers.
Nope. We are the real deal dwarves. Trying to come back and find our old.
Is that our boy band name? The Real Deal Dwarves?
The dwarf.
The real deal.
RD2. RD squared. There we go.
RD squared, yes.
Hey, the proper children of Mother Fire and Father Mountain. These lot are of the cousins that grew too enchanted of revenge and drove deep into the earth to chase the elves who fled into the earth.
Aye, that's not how they tell it, but I've seen your kind before. Good to see more of you.
What happens to our kind that are caught by these people?
Yeah, get traded, sold, eaten if you're sold to the wrong people. But Denport's not a bad place to be sold. It's good work if you're tough about it. As long as they don't sell you to the drow. But the drow usually catch their own. Although, that's the only place I've really ever seen your kind before, so good luck.
So you've been sold a few times then?
I like to think of it as changed partners.
How do you always end up here? Do you get free, or is it just a cycle of commerce? They sell it to a buyer, then later acquire you back from that same buyer through one means or another.
I have a knack for making friends in the right places, and like I said, if you keep your nose to the grindstone and work hard, they'll see your worth and definitely give you an opportunity to escape, to make your way. I could help you all, maybe, for the right price.
What price is that? We currently have had all of our stuff taken. So
It's definitely more than that, but we can talk again once I see how I can help you. Right now, I gotta help myself. But if that helping helps you, and you can help me in that helping, then we can help each other.
On that confusing word spaghetti, we will go over to Freya, Fergus, and also I will say during that entire conversation, there's still Iago, no idea what any of you are saying. Fergus, Freya, and Miku, you're separated in your own little damp and dark little hole in cages.
Mm-hmm.
You can only vaguely hear the sounds of Derogar moving around. When you were pulled aboard, you noticed that they all wore like thick rag wrappings around their feet to muffle the sound of their footsteps. Only so often you hear a reverberation through the deck, which is definitely too like ordered to be coincidences like tap 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 thump, and then a distance away you hear thump thump tap tap, or something like that.
Pretty sure that's the big guy.
Yep, almost got him too.
The door creaks open just a little bit before creaking closed again.
Come on, don't be a stranger.
You hear Ivy. All right, I haven't used this ring before. This is like a Fergus thing, but like, you can hear me, right?
Oh,
It's-
shit.
It just makes it so you can't see.
Okay.
They
good.
can't see it.
Oh, I guess Ivy wasn't there, huh?
All right.
No
There are
offense, you're just so small.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You get lost in the crowd sometimes.
There is so many Derogar on this ship. So many of them.
Do you manage to get a head count by chance?
I'm still working on it. There is this there's the big one that I'm sure you know about. There's also like this old lady one with a walking stick that's got like really tiny little dragons that she always sends flying out. It looks like out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we need to find where they're keeping my suit.
That's easy. They were hauling aboard it. I think it's in the hole down below.
Get in there and I can take on every one of them.
I don't think that's how that's going to work, but try to find the others if you can, and try to see if you can get a head count on what we're facing here. Also, there's a limited time, and I kind of go over the details of the ring and how many charges it probably has, because I haven't used it, so it has 3 charges currently.
Yeah.
It's like when you think it's going to wear out, you might want to try to find somewhere where they're not going to look for you and just kind of lay low for a while.
All right. I'll try to be careful, but hey, watch yourself. I was overhearing some of the pirates talking. They're saying something about you guys might not be worth ransoming back at port, or something about throwing you to the dire eels, or to the dire leeches. So, I guess do your thing, Fergus, and try to convince them not to kill you till I figure out a plan.
Mm-hmm. I'll do my best. Meanwhile, he's just like, internally.
Well, you're going to have to, because I don't want to talk to these people.
Actually, I'm going to take a quick bio if that's okay.
Yeah, this is a good breaking point if we all want to do bio. I think I want to get a beverage too. So,
All right.
you're
I'll be
back.
right back. I'm back.
Hey, I don't know who else is here. Probably Kenneth.
I was gonna say, does Kenneth ever leave?
I always thought
Whenever we're playing, he's hooked up to an IV or something.
Yeah, I just make use of the wireless headset to sneak off and piss whenever I feel like it, as opposed to having to stop the game for it.
As long as he remembers to
excuse
shut the door.
us.
You see, Kenneth has got an IV and a catheter at the same time, so it's just all one circulatory system.
I was gonna say one feeds to the other.
Yeah. Could you just imagine that an IV bag hooked directly to a catheter with no human body? I made it more efficient.
There's a little filter in between, and you're good to go, man.
Oh, filter, la di da. Look who's all prissy.
I'm back.
Also, if we survive this, Fergus is probably gonna like your new character a lot more than he liked Thrum.
Yeah, have a feeling they're gonna be besties.
Is Michael back yet?
I'm guessing that's a no or a muted yes.
Feel like we should have a hand raising system where when we get back, we'll raise our hand. Look at that.
Thought I'd be a smart ass there. Then you can actually lower your hand when you're done.
And remember, remember last session when you guys are like, man, it should have like Pirates of the Caribbean music and be all pirates.
Got it.
Yeah. That was excellent.
You guys did like you were making assumptions what the Sunless Sea was going to be like within like the first hour.
I mean, were we wrong?
Took it the
We
whole
joked
way.
about there being pirates, and guess what there is? Pirates.
Yeah, but there's other stuff here too.
Listen, we know you've been studying up on pirates for a future game. We know you couldn't contain yourself.
Listen, pirates.
We're aware of this combo.
But
The
there's many-
moment he loses the books as the guide, straight to pirates.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, Thrum going overboard somewhat accelerated plans.
Just a tad.
He says as he was
All right,
the one
I'm
that
back.
dragged him first chance he got into the
I'm
water.
sorry, did you not want to play me with maximum lethality to make it feel real? I'm okay, fine. You fight a Care Bear. They give you flowers.
Turns out those flowers are poison, though.
The flowers explode. TPK. Next campaign, bitch. Where's your Starfinder campaign,
The flowers were
Loki,
mimics.
huh? Where's your hard work, huh?
He's already done it.
Put into work.
All right, so everyone's back. Before Ivy is able to leave again, the door is opening. You don't see where Ivy goes, but given her ability to sneak, you imagine she just flattens herself off to the side. As a Derogar pirate enters in with Fergus and Freya. Goes, right. Cotton wants a word. Which one of you is the leader of your group?
I'll just go ahead and raise my hand now before Freya has a chance to fuck it up.
Right, and undoes the lock, grabs you, you're still manacled. Keep it moving. And outside the door, there's 2 more Drugar waiting to escort you. Meanwhile, back in the other hold, you're sitting there with your new cellmate when the door opens and a Derogar pirate walks in. Goes, right then, Cotton wants a word. Which one of you is the leader of your group?
He's with the others.
Don't fucking lie to me, you surfacer scum. We asked them. They said the leader was in this here group.
Nogger would just look confused at Thrum.
You mean
I assume that
Taskell?
would be you. Or yeah, sorry, Taskell. I assume that'd be you.
I suppose.
What about my group? Do I get another leadership?
You stay right where you are.
I feel like the fish needs a vote too, yeah.
He kicks your cage that you're in, Taskell.
Any chance it's been an hour?
It's maybe been 20 minutes.
Damn it.
The old fish stick here, he's a known quantity. He's staying where he is.
Fish stick?
Yeah. I wouldn't ask, probably into weird things.
He's just hauling Taskell out of the cage.
Right.
They're not the most inventive with their names. My name's Jigless. It's a family name. What about you?
And somehow it's worse.
Can you run
than
that
the
one
name
by
they
me
gave him.
again, Cope?
Jigless.
Go ahead and type that in the chat.
What's so funny about the name Jigglistickus?
Jiggles, tickless.
Okay, I understand now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, you're being hauled through the interior of the ship, passing many Drugar. Taskell, on your way, being pushed forward. You pass and you see there's this like extremely old Drugar woman leaning on a cane. She doesn't so much have a face as much as a roadmap of wrinkles and the vague shape of a face. And as you pass her, you don't even see her eyes, but you get a feeling that she sees you. And she just kind of tuts and nods and says, deceived. And just starts walking away.
Mm-hmm.
You're hauled on deck and then through a set of double doors that were sized for a 10-foot tall man. And you see, and you're shoved into a room that has a good deal of various treasure heaped up here with a table in the center. As the doors are closed behind both Fergus and Tadskull, you see that the walls have fabric into it, kind of creating like a sound padding. No windows, because in the Sunless Sea that would be both pointless and dangerous. And on the other side of the table, where there's two dwarf-sized chairs, you see reclining less on a chair and more on a pile of pirate swag is the very much blue-skinned captain, as he has lit a candle in here on the table to give this place dim light. And you do see that the two horns he has are very much coming from his head, not his hat.
Evening. Or
Well,
whatever it is.
You lads did put up quite a fight there. But I'm aware of my manners. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Captain Greymore Hellspit. And you are on board me lovely vessel, the Bonnie Diamond. And as I'm sure you are quite aware now, are quite within me power. So why don't you both take a seat and we can have words? How do you surfacers like to say it? Parlay?
Rather abrupt version of the parlay, but yeah, parlay as it is. And he kind of just takes a seat and kind of does that thing where he has like his hands crisscrossed together.
Mm-hmm. Well, frivolities tend to get ones killed out here on these lightless waters. Well,
I can tell.
You lot are certainly in an interesting position, ain't ye? The way me lads want it, I think we should take a cutlass, split your bellies open, throw you into the waters for the dire liches to have a good show. Drew, you sure are not too kind about dealing with ye surfacer dwarves, eh?
Can't say we've had any better experiences with the drow recently, so I'd hope that, you seem a little smarter than the rest of your lot, that you see our potential to work together in so many words.
Oh, really? There's potential profit to be made by working together. Because the way I see it, I don't know how much profit there would be. Now, usually in this sort of situation, I'd be hauling you back to Dinport, ransoming you off to whoever wants to pay for you. But not a lot of price going for surfacer dwarves these days. Perhaps that human you got down there might be an oddity, and that fungusy one could be chopped off for food in the pot. Even that gnome that you got with you might actually get some sympathy from the other deep gnomes.
So Dinport's not a Duergar only. Like, he's completely ignoring that he knows that she's around.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that reminds me. Be quiet for a moment. And he raises up and he spits onto one fist, and you see the spit crackles like lightning. And then he swings to a point behind him, and he fully just decks and knocks out Ivy right there.
Yeah,
grabs her unconscious body and throws it onto the table. Me pa was a dragon. A right shit of a father he was, but he did leave me a few tricks in the old bloodline.
Fuck, I wish I would have got his eye.
Blind sight, 10 feet. It's a good trick. So then, I shall reaffirm. You're quite within me power. Your little stowaway here won't be mounting any escape attempts anytime soon, I reckon. So, what use could ye be to me?
Well, according to what we saw, if it wasn't for the fact you guys had us out-armed in terms of ship power, we handled quite a bit of your men without too much issue. There must be something on these waters that you want to retrieve, some kind of prize or plunder. If we could retrieve it for you, you could give us our boat back, agree to not attack us again, and perhaps give our supplies back as well. And we could get you something worth more than what we're worth. I've already seen how deadly these waters are. There must be something that hasn't really been quite worth it for you to retrieve yet that you want. Man like you want it all.
Quite presumptuous, this one, he says to Taskell.
I did live on the ocean up topside, and I've dealt with pirates before. Maybe not quite as stout as our people are, or the dwarven people as a whole are, but pirates nonetheless.
And what makes you think that I need something I can't get, boy? How yous knows I'm not living me dream life right now?
Well, if you didn't want something from us, you wouldn't have even bothered to bring us in to talk. That's negotiations 101.
You got a sharp wit on you there, my boy. Careful not to slit your own throat with it. What about you, holy man? Sitting there awfully quiet like, praying for your god?
Very little to say on the matter. Clearly you're not curious as to why we'd be down here.
I reckon it's something to do with that lost city or some other you're always trundling on about. What was it called? Hammer Stall. Yeah, don't own it.
Hammersburg, I believe it was.
Nah. 20 either.
Yes.
Downtown
Very relevant, is it, to this conversation? Man like you. No time for history. Living in the present.
I must say, talking with the both of you, I have never met such a group of strangers who are so immediately familiar with my wants, needs, and desires. He says that with such extreme sarcasm.
Fergus holds back the need to tell him that, for lack of a better term, he's basic.
Well, you could illuminate us as to why you brought us here. Certainly.
Curiosity. That's why. We can kill anything anytime. I don't always talk to the things.
Well, that sounds rather dull.
Easy living. When you've been around as long as I have, you have the luxury of variety.
Is there really all that much traffic on these waters?
Oh, there's far more in the sunless sea than either you or anyone else on this ship can reckon. The things that surface and throw about in that inky darkness below would scare the bones from your flesh. To say nothing of the beastie that rules these waters.
Porcus.
The way you said that, I assume it's not sitting in front of me.
I am not so arrogant of a half-dragon to believe I could control the sunless sea. I'm not the drow. They're little navies. But judging by your penchant for fancy words and flattery, I'm guessing you've had quite a few run-ins with the old dagger ears. Savvy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he claps his hands. That there be the solution then. I could just sell you to the drow instead of ransoming you at Dinport. We're closer. How does that strike you?
Don't know much about my history, but I can't imagine you like dealing with the drow any more than surface dwarves.
Aye, but their coin does spend the same. You lot are not very good at this, are you?
Like, this is one of those things that's in character. You'd probably have more to say, but I just don't really have anything. So
You are kind of over a barrel situationally as well.
yeah. But it's not like we have anything to give him. He took all of our stuff, you know.
Mhm.
We have our skills to rely on, and that's pretty much it. So that's why I played that first.
Mhm.
And he would probably inform, like, even if you do sell us to the drow, you're not going to get much from them either, because I mean, they're going to pay what for a group of 4 dwarves now?
Aye, true. Not much. Not much indeed. Hard times abound. Maybe I should just let me crew torture you a little bit before throwing you to the leeches. Put on such a fight though. Doesn't feel sporting none now, does it? Tell you what, lad. I was going to put you back in your cages there, and if I think of anything I need you to go out and get for us, because I can't apparently, he does air quotes, do it myself, I'll let you know. In the meantime, you can have a think about of all the wonderful organs that you can make for people wanting to buy you back at Dinport. Oh, and tell the lady dwarf there one that her statue there is broken.
Wait,
And
did you break it?
he doesn't say. He just thumps his foot twice, and the doors open, and Drugar come back and take you guys away.
Like internally, he's like, "Wait, did
They
he break
maybe
it,
they broke it,
know
but
how
they
to
probably
make it
just
work?"
don't know how to use it.
Yeah. Without anything else to say, I guess we just get taken back to our cages.
You get hold out.
When Fergus gets delivered back, Frey would ask to see the captain. I don't know if they would deliver that message.
If you ask the guard that's shoving Fergus into a cage again, he'll just kick the cage that you're in to rattle the bars and then just leave you. So, Nulgrim and Jigless, what have you been doing while you've been waiting?
Chigless would have been, if you were open to it, Nulgrim. I don't know how hurt you are, but he'd be asking all about who you all are, where you've come from, what brought you down below ground again.
And Nulgrim would see no reason not to share it. He's pretty glum at this point and just thinking, chances are, I give it 50-50 chance we get killed and thrown over. But yeah, we are looking for our ancestral homeland of Dammerhall. Been traveling for a better part of the year now. Just trying to find our way there, and it's been a journey. And he would kind of, go over it, not necessarily thoroughly, but definitely give him the Cliff's Notes.
Jigless would be very much like Norbert himself in stopping as you explained each part of the leg of the journey, curious about the geography you saw, the island, the deep gnomes, the cities you saw, really digging into details because he's got this natural curiosity, very similar to Nolgrim for those types of things.
And he would certainly answer in all the detail that he could recall, which is probably pretty fair amount.
Hey, seems like a vast expedition you all have set off on with so few a number.
Yeah, beat so many odds that were against us. It seems like it was only a matter of time till something got the best of us.
I don't know when that'll come. Luck has befallen you because now you have met Jigless. And I feel that I am the one who should guide you through the sunless sea for the rest of the way.
Plan on taking over the ship single-handedly, or with a lot of us?
Absolutely not. This is way too big of a ship. We're going to need to get back to Dinport and procure a smaller ship. Maybe a bit of a crew to help.
I mean, you're the one that's familiar with this routine, so if anybody's got an idea of how to break away and get away...
Don't make them mad. Flattery is good. Do whatever you can and promise whatever you can to get away.
Flattery.
Oh, yeah, and don't let any pride stand in your way.
You haven't met many dwarves, have you?
Not many topsiders. In fact, I've only seen them in passing.
You've got a snark streak a mile wide, so I'll do my best, but I can't say much about my companions.
You just let Jigless handle it then, and don't talk?
I could do that.
Man, I'm sorry to the out of character for a moment, but all I can think of is the TV show Book of Boba Fett. There's this one diplomat guy who's just all like, now, I'll have you know that I have absolutely no problem begging or groveling on your behalf. So you need not.
He was like academically trained, exactly that sort of stuff.
Don't ruin it. I haven't seen that one.
Are we? Let me ask: are we focusing on their scene right now, or can we go back?
We can transfer back as Fergus gets back. There's no problem.
Yeah. So, being evident they're not going to let me talk to the captain, then I'll say, well, Fergus, you and me both know we're probably going to be the ones that have to get us out of this. So, what's the plan?
An unconscious Ivy is also thrown into a cage where you guys are as well.
Well, currently my plan A and plan B have both been shot. So right now I'm workshopping it.
Well, I'll let you know what I got on the table. I can get us any tool that we need to get out of here. You've seen me use it before.
Well, I mean, I could pick a lock, but that doesn't solve the case that we have way too many drow to deal with. Not to mention the fact that we're split from the rest of our group.
Is it only one that comes in like patrols in here?
Well, every time they've come in to pick us up, there's been multiple people.
Yeah, at least 3.
At least 3. I could unlock us, and we could see if we could try to take them down and take their weapons, but I'm not sure how effective that would be.
All it takes is one shouting, and then we're caught again, though, is the issue. I don't think we're fighting our way out of this. We need to figure out another way, but...
Anyone here have silence?
They literally have all of our supplies, and I don't have magic, so my options are limited.
There's something Ivy could go get us quick enough to not be caught.
She's in a cage, so...
Yeah, but I could unlock myself, unlock the door, go let her out, and then just relock everything. Theoretically, if we could think of just like one item really quickly she could go and grab.
Mm-hmm. I mean, anything I had, nothing would get us right out of here. Yes, let me have her go retrieve my flute so I can calm the boat's emotions.
Yeah, as far as what I had some infused items, but they're just like weapons and armor. And
I have a question, Gombo, if you could have allowed it retroactively. While I was speaking to the captain, would I have been able to use my hunter's eye on him at all?
Sure.
I just, like, when we were talking to him, if I could have peered out any of those special abilities of defensive-wise or anything, so I can kind of get a sense for the strength of him.
Yeah, so do you want to know his damage resistances and immunities, or do you want to know any special abilities that make him resist things?
Resistances and immunities.
He is resistant to lightning and poison damage.
Gotcha.
Well, there's nothing stopping you guys from just taking a long rest here in these cages to heal up after your fight, if you would like.
could, if we had a while, I could redistribute my infusions and summon up some other invention, but it would just be like...
I think you need your materials for that anyway.
Yep, and also keep in mind for any spellcasters in the party, you can cast spells only if they don't have a material component. If they have a material component, you need your focus or a spell material pouch, or what it listed there. So just keep that in mind.
I think Dimension Door is only verbal, so that's good.
Yep.
Is there a body of fire within 500 feet of me?
Nope.
Because I'm sure I'll find it.
Not that you see. But did you guys just want to take a long rest, or do you want to have something pop off day one?
I mean, I guess so. Is there anything? They took everything of ours other than our clothes, right?
Yep.
Like armor and everything?
Yep.
Gotcha.
They were quite thorough. So I will move the day tracker forward, and then I will move.
I bet one of those dwarves are getting a kick out of that book of Drow erotica I had in my backpack.
So I'm not revealing the area because you are moving through the Sunless Sea, but you guys have no way of knowing where. So, first full day of being captured. You are back up. You can. There's nothing stopping you from getting a long rest here in these cages.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, or you just want to buy your time? Bide your time, not buy.
I mean, I don't got anything. Like, I'm pretty sure he even needs a tool to transmute into another tool. You can't just do it out of nothing, I think, with an outer artificer. I don't know for sure, but I thought you actually needed the material. Like, you need your original tool to transmute it.
I believe so as well, yeah.
Does anyone have, like, message or something to communicate across the...
I got nothing.
No way to send messages.
I can lock a door real good. So yeah, I literally have nothing I'm able to do. So this is all on you guys that have magic that can swap things between days. If you have any plans to get us out of this. I tried talking my way out, but...
So, Tasca, what do you think? And I'm not... there's still a decent amount that I could do, but it's not looking good if we did make a jailbreak.
Where'd you all go if you made a jailbreak?
Exactly. I mean, our friend there says best bet is to be cordial, earn their, I don't know, disregard, and just play nice until we find an opportunity.
And then seize the day. I'd say jailbreaks all around and then run and jump into the water and disappear, but that's only going to work for me, I'm afraid.
It'd be hard to take over the whole ship on our own. And we don't know where they're keeping the others.
No doubt the reason they separate us. Hostages against one another, I suppose. Yeah. I've got nothing.
How many others did you say there were?
3 others? Well, no, 4.
Oh. 4, yeah. And Jiggles, you would know that even if you did somehow miraculously kill the entire crew, that's not enough people to get this tub moving.
Yep.
It takes a minimum of 30 people to work the paddle wheels. Because unlike you guys, Jiggles is actually proficient in ships.
Yeah.
Use
Who
us.
goes on an underground adventure and doesn't know how to
Without
work a boat?
ship proficiency. Are you kidding?
Freaking scrubs.
Are you guys metagaming? You should have known there was going to be an ocean in this mountain game.
Hey, I'll have you know, I had no choice no matter. I was gonna take a boat proficiency actually.
I know. Just
I was trying to convince Gombo to let me have it, but I couldn't get him to. Because I lived at the coast. I'm like, I should be able to pilot a boat, but
I
nothing
feel
I
like
could
the elves
choose
never
for
really
it
wanted
would
you
work
to
right.
really have the control of the ship. I mean, you are a dwarf.
Okay, well, it looks like we're just waiting for them to make an offer or something because we can't do anything.
Yeah, like none of us have the capability of overthrowing the ship anyway.
all right.
Well, I can get you all out of your cages, you two, but again,
95 bottles of ale on the wall.
not exactly
95
sure where you go from there.
We all start a rousing game of I Spy.
Take one down, smack a drown. 94 bottles of beer on the.
All right. So more hours slide by. You're eventually given some food, which is basically just moldy fungus bread. The mold adds flavor. But it's enough that you don't take any penalties for not eating.
I love penicillin on my bread.
Don't complain about the mold. That masks the real taste.
Eventually, you guys are nodding off in what you think would be the equivalent of nighttime in your sleep cycle, all hanging in your cages. When we'll start with the Nulgrim and Taskell group. The door opens up and 3 Derogar come in and go, right then, Cotton wants to see you on deck. He's got a little job for you. Points to Iago. That one stays here. Any of you get up to something, we slit his throat.
Good thing he can't understand them.
Yeah, he's able to read context clues.
They just do that thing where they point at him and then take the thumb across their neck.
So yeah, while they're unlocking the cages, one of the other joggers turns to the other one and goes, gestures with a thumb towards Jig, goes, what about him? Goes, set him up there too. Maybe we'll be lucky and they'll die in the process. Save us all a headache.
We'll do the best we can.
We'll just silently shrug and follow instructions.
Yep. Back at the other cages, you guys have visitors who give you similar instructions, so they keep both Ivy and Miku as hostages. So let me.
Is this a racial thing?
Oh, it's 100% a racial thing. Also, I'm pretty sure we're worth less to sell, so they're keeping the ones that might actually get them a little bit of money if we don't
Why would
comply.
a dwarf be worth less to sell?
Well, to be fair, a human and a mushroom person is more exotic.
It's more exotic, but a dwarf is like a workhorse.
That's if they don't mouth off to the point where they have to kill them.
I mean, I didn't want to be in the position to evaluate the value of races, but it came up in the game.
I love the idea that Michael's the type of guy that if he was a slave, went up to the auction block and they said, now starting at $20, he goes, whoa, I am at least 60.
But then it begins the argument between Frey and Fergus as they're being pushed and shoved, and Fergus starts talking about like, yeah, but have you ever tried to get a dwarf to do something they didn't want to do? Look how much I had to fucking force them to listen to me sometimes. Do you think they really want that as a workforce? As we're being shoved and cursed at and pushed?
Yeah, because you all kind of get reunited mid-deck because you're getting pushed back up there.
Like, finally, can you talk some sense into your daughter and tell her that dwarves do not make good slaves? Just looking at Taskell.
Hey. Be a sad dwarf. What did?
Also, Fergus and Freya, for the first time, you see the character that is Jigless, along with Milgram and Taskell.
Oh, did you make a friend on your way up here?
Yeah. Just
Are y'all speaking Dwarven or Undercommon now?
Yes.
I'm speaking Dwarven.
Yeah, I'll probably respond in Dwarven then.
I wouldn't see any. I'm not going to profile you and see you and just start speaking your language.
Yeah, we've been chilling at the tavern. Met this guy there. Pretty chill down there.
You guys got a tavern? We just got cages.
Yeah, nice, decent brew. Not the finest, but good something tasty.
Anyways, what do they want us up here for?
You're hauled up on deck. You see Captain Greymore Hellspit is up at the helm, leaning on the wheel. It looks like all the ballistae on deck have been unstrung because, contrary to what Fancy tells you, you actually want to keep those things not always trussed up and ready to fire, because that's how you wear out the string and everything like that.
What about when the dragon comes?
As we walk by, I'll criticize every detail of their maintaining of the weapons.
Okay, yeah. One of the Drugar spit on you. Right in your eye. No attack roll.
Spitting on me won't tighten that screw.
Jiggler speaks up. Remember what I said about common decency?
Remember what I told you about dwarves?
Well, y'all are proper fucked.
Yeah, right.
I know, right? Also, hi, Fergus.
My name's not Fergus, but hello.
This is Jigless. Jigless, this is Fergus.
That makes more sense now. Why don't you have whiskers?
I shave.
I didn't know you people could do that.
I didn't know either until I decided to start doing it when I was younger. Anyway, we probably should look at the captain now. He looks a little impatient.
Oh, he's just watching you with a shit-eating grin. He goes, well then, this one, and he points to Fergus, tells me ye all are strong fighters capable of accomplishing great things, eh?
There's a few exploits in our day.
Stronger than any other you're gonna find down here.
Well then, methinks that lady luck has smiled upon ye then, as I happen to have, by sheer coincidence to us both, happily stumbled upon a situation for ye to prove how truly valuable you are. And he gestures over the edge of the ship, and kind of in the darkness of the water, you see the surface of the water bubbling as you see something breached the surface of the inky black water briefly before going back down. It is as big as a whale. Jiggles, you know what that is.
Is that a bitter whale?
That is a bitter whale.
Look him in the eyes
What's
and
it
go,
doing
do
out here?
I get to use my suit?
He pulls up a burlap sack and he throws it down on the deck in front of you. Inside is the Gloomstalker with 20 bolts, Taskel's battle axe, Milgram's warpick, Jiggless's rapier, and Fergus, you have your bow. But that's all that's in. No armor, no anything.
Freya will say that'll do.
Well, yeah,
So-
and 20 arrows.
Yeah, that'll do. And she picks up the Gloomstalker and starts looking at the water where it breached. Down
We're
the
supposed to be
side.
killing this thing.
As quick as ye please. And he raises his voice. All right, lads. Our surface lubber friends here says they have this one. So why don't y'all stand back, limber up, watch the show, and sing them a merry song to brag that there whale in closer. I will move you over to the battle map here, as I will put on one of the many sea shanties that I adore, because that's the type of weird person I am.
Dude, if you don't like sea shanties, then you're just not a pirate at heart.
Oh, yeah. All right, so.
Roll an initiative.
Hmm?
Why are my initiative rolls so bad?
Well, the bitter whale got a terrible roll, too.
That's good because we're all getting pretty bad rolls. Except for Taskel and Nolgrim, apparently.
Do I get a look at the whale, or is it underwater right now?
Can you see it with your token at the moment? Nope,
No.
It's just beyond your dark vision.
Even with the scope of the Gloomstalker?
Oh, then here, I'll just do this so you can quickly see it.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And don't forget, you'd be fully healed after a long rest.
We can talk as a free action, and I can talk to the captain real quick, right?
Yep.
Is it against the rules to use one of your ballista?
I want to see what you do. If we were just gonna kill it with the own stock, we'd just do it.
Fair enough.
Don't let it scratch up the Bonnie Diamond too much. I would hate to have to buff out the scratch with you guts.
Milgram looked at Taskel. You have a way to hamper its will? I think I might have a way to get in its head.
I don't think I do.
Very well. We'll just see what it do. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Word to the wise, don't let them grab you. They're very acidic beasts.
That's fun. He'll try to hit it with a phantasmal killer.
All right.
Needs to make a will save. Or wisdom save.
All right. Okay. Let me quickly check something on the Phantasmal Killer. By the way, if any of you like sea shanties, I highly recommend the Longest Johns. They're very good at what they do. All right.
Actually, hold on. Not sure if being frightening is a good thing. Thinking of it.
Yeah, you kind of need to kill it.
Yeah, can I use some sort of knowledge roll to kind of get an idea of the temperament and behavior of this thing?
Sure. It's going to be at disadvantage because you're not familiar with some
That's
of the
fine.
beasties.
Yeah, that
Nope.
probably won't be enough. All right. In that case, shit. Let's see what Hex does. Sorry, trying to find other means of. I'll just go with Armor Vagathus for now. Spike up We'll cast that at 5th level.
Also, to be clear, I can't cast anything that has material components right now, right?
I would say you could. I'll retcon it to say you get some tools in there as well, so you can cast your spells.
I imagine Nogrim could find a couple water pretty easily.
Well, also, as a grudge blade, your weapon is your arcane focus.
Oh, gotcha. Fair point.
It's a similar deal with Jiggles. That's why I gave him his rapier.
All right.
Gotcha.
Just wanted to make sure.
All right, there, and I'll hit him with my grudge.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, we don't have our armor, do we? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's a big, ugly fish. Suppose I'll cast that where I think it'll go.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'll certainly do it.
That'll get his attention.
Mm-hmm. Especially upcast.
Yep. So that's how much damage?
18 plus
33, I
15.
think.
30?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty good damage. All right. Fergus.
Okay. I'm going to, as an action, cast my mage armor ability. Put my AC up a bit. I'm going to keep low as I move over here to kind of stealth underneath the siding of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a stealth roll. And that'll be my turn for now.
All right. Jiggles.
Is there anything else I know about this creature? Or can I?
Its skin secretes a very potent acid, so even the water around it can melt things like ships.
No. And is it? Can I do a knowledge to see if it's resistant to anything, or actually vulnerable?
You can
to
give me a knowledge nature.
Okay.
You know it is immune to acid.
Alright, like I said, don't go swimming with it unless you are an acid swallower.
Wait, is that a thing down here? I've heard of flame swallowing, but anyway, this isn't the time.
Whatever gets you high.
Yeah, the ocean does that for you. It's better to concentrate on swallowing something else. He is going to bonus action cast Hex on the whale.
Okay.
And then move up here. And cast Chill Touch on it.
What's the range on Chill Touch?
It's not a touch attack, so
120 feet.
Yeah, that's right. I remember the joke. It's that Chill Touch is the most inappropriately named spell in 5th
it should be like
edition.
Spectral Grasp or something.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it is neither a touch attack nor does it do cold damage.
Yep.
So I believe that's a save for damage. What save would that be?
And let me hit the button. And
Just notice, Cope. I asked you to type out Jiggles in the chat, and you did a different spelling than what's on the token.
I know.
Oh, it's because I made the token. Is what it was.
Either way, his nickname's gonna be Jiggles.
Oh, it's a ranged spell attack. Okay, so you do roll that. It's going to be your proficiency bonus plus your spell casting modifier.
If you add it to your spell list, it should be on the front page of it as an attack roll.
Yep. Should be right here with Hex on there, and he'll stick a... Nah, he won't waste that yet. Although I don't know how much we're going to be fighting, but here she comes.
That'll miss.
That's terrible.
All right. Probably no one even sees it in the space of this giant bitter whale. Freya.
Freya, light it up with some fairy fire.
I'm very happy with how this ship map came out, by the way. This was I enjoyed making this.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
You're
Did
muted,
you
Michael.
All the ship?
Yeah.
I was.
I made
do I have
that.
to shoot through Jiggles or?
No, you're fine.
Okay. First round, fairy fire.
So it's going to do a dexterity saving throw. Not its
Yep.
highest save. 13. It fails.
It fails. It is fairy fired.
You guys have lumped all the debuffs on this, on this sucker.
Well, I mean, you gotta.
Get connected. Light them up.
All right. Bitter Whale's turn. It's going to let a kind of low, gurgly, bellowing roar as it's going to swim up to the edge of the ship there. And it is going to perform a bite attack against Nulgrim. As it
Useful too.
reaches
'Cause
out.
if it tries to go back underwater, we'll still be able to see it. 'Cause
Yeah,
fairy
that'll definitely hit.
22
Oofa
piercing
doofa.
damage. Target is grappled and restrained as they are swallowed whole.
Oof. Well, it takes 22 points of damage. Or no, 25 points of damage.
That it does. So
At
he
the
said
start of a
20
turn, which is next, he takes 4d10 acid damage. Oof.
So you said it's 21 cold damage?
25 cold damage.
25. Got it. I just want to get it. No special resistances. So you guys see this thing breach, and as it's coming down, it opens its absolutely gigantic mouth. And it is, as you can see, it's got actual teeth. It's not like a whale. And it just ups Nulgrim and pulls him off deck as it splashes back down. And then it's got just a hair more movement, so it's going to move there.
Actually, I think it'd be... I can't remember if Grudge works on attacks or just damage in general. I don't know if
I think
Okay.
it's attacks.
Okay. Alright. My
But
turn?
it's its turn.
Alright. I would like to use Dimension Door.
Okay.
But at the
real
start
quick.
of your turn, you still take acid
Yeah,
damage.
before that,
yeah.
I'll just roll the acid damage real quick.
Okay.
Which will just take cold damage from inside of him, too, I think.
So 23 acid damage as the stomach acid starts burning you.
Alright, yep. And now I'll go ahead and use Dimension Door.
All right.
And I think I'll plan on appearing right behind the captain and say, oh, almost got me there.
Go ahead and move your token if you'd like.
Okay. Pat my shoulder. Alright, back to order. Move
And
action.
by shoulder, you mean like ass cheek level?
Tap him on his hip.
And that's about as far as I could get.
Okay.
And
And
that's
did
my
it
turn.
take cold damage on the second one or only on the first one?
I wasn't sure how that apply. If it
I believe it would still apply,
okay,
but
then yeah,
I
it'll
think
take-
it would destroy your armor at
yeah,
some point.
yeah,
in the match.
that would destroy it at that point. But
All right,
there was
so-
still a little bit of juice left, so I take 25 points of cold damage then as well.
All right. This thing still has lots of fight in it. Tasko.
Alright, well, first things first. Alright, it's got fairy fire on, doesn't it?
Yep,
Yep.
so you get advantage. That 21 will hit.
19.
19. All right.
Sorry, I just find it amusing that I dealt 50 points of damage by just letting myself be in a position to get hit.
Yeah. Also, did you add the damage to your because you took the acid damage too? I was just wondering because you're at 41.
Yeah, it was the acid damage that finished
Oh.
off, and then I took 20
Temporary.
Because it
points.
gave him temporary hit points before that.
Right.
So yeah, I ended up taking 20 damage from the bleed over.
You doing anything else there, Kenneth?
Yeah, I was gonna move, but then to avoid the ballast, I can't get close enough to Nolgrim to heal him. And can't really keep two spiritual weapons out.
No.
So yeah, no. Seems that'll be it for now.
All right.
I always forget that Taskell's definitely a healer first because you don't really have many offensive spells other than the AoE shit. I'm
Like
gonna
Sacred
start.
Flame and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he has that. I think he just makes use his weapon.
I mean, he could. You can change as a cleric. You can change your spell selection every day.
I thought you can't change cantrips though.
You might not be able to change cantrips, but your other spells.
I'm gonna get up here and like, pardon me, Cap. I'm just looking for a better angle. I'm gonna hunter's mark him.
Let's get a fourth marker on him.
And then I am going to hornbow the bitch. There we go. Sneak attack is my first one too. So 39 points of damage for the first shot. Second attack.
That'll hit.
9 points, and I'll go ahead and axe and surge to do a couple more times. $18. And 15.
I would like.
As I just like.
I was gonna say I'd like everyone to remember this moment for next week when Richard starts saying how badly he always rolls.
Advantage helps. I mean, look at these rolls. I also rolled a 9, a 10.
Yeah, but the first one of each one is the high one, Richard. For God's sake, have faith in yourself. I am your friend.
Make me.
You are a good person.
Please.
No, fuck you. Make me. But no, I just picture like Fergus doesn't even like bother wasting time firing one arrow at a time. He's just cocking 2 arrows at a time and just firing into the height of this thing.
All right, Jiggles.
All right, it's time we blow this fellow away. He's gonna do. So not knowing, does vicious mockery work on animals?
It does.
Do they have to be able to speak your language?
Does the spell say so? If the spell doesn't, then you're good.
The target can hear you, though it need not understand you.
Yep, it can hear you.
Wisdom save. All right, so he is going to. Actually, he does speak sea creature, so he's going to hurl a round of insults in sea creature that none of you understand.
This kind of seals what class he is now, I think. Because I'm pretty sure only one class gets vicious mockery.
Druid. So he succeeds the save. Barely, but he succeeds.
Oh, that's sad. I can't even insult a fish. All right.
So if you have any like a bonus action spell, you can still do that if you'd like.
Oh yeah, because vicious is a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Okay.
So any bonus action stuff? If you're actually what I think, and you also have the inspiration thing. If you actually are a bard.
Nothing he's gonna do right now, so he will move right back here.
All right, Freya.
All right, I'm guessing this crow's nest isn't the Assassin's Creed variety where I can like kick a wooden plank and grab a rope.
There is no crow's nest on this ship because there's no masts.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that part. I guess.
Yeah.
There's just
There's
one
no
on
wi-
map.
That's
That makes sense.
that's not a crow's nest. That's a crank that they use for reeling up the anchor.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. So, well, I guess there's no getting a higher vantage point, so we'll just slap Branding Smite onto this next attack. Gloom Stalker at advantage.
That'll miss.
Ah, come on. I only get one attack because I don't have my suit.
All right. See how much. So it's going to come here. It does have reach as it is going to use its tail attack against Fergus. 16?
That would hit, but I'm going to use a superiority to block it.
All right. You duck as a giant whale tail that's dripping acid across the deck flies over your head. A few little droplets land on your clothes and sizzle your hair, but not enough to do damage. And then it is going to circle back this way. Elgrim.
Do I have a visual on it from this perspective?
You'll probably have to move closer.
All right.
Probably say at least half ship.
Maybe climb up the staircase, maybe?
I'll go there for now and then fire a pair of Eldritch Blasts at it. Advantage, right?
Yep, still fairy fired. That'll hit. That'll miss.
Yeah, we'll give it a 10-foot shove.
All right. Just for ego's sake, I suppose.
Yep.
Just to show Dominus that he can push a whale 10 feet away.
Right.
Taskell.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone stop every time.
That'll hit. Oof. That is 28 damage. It's looking rough. You guys are laying into this thing like nobody's business. I think it's a freaking hit point sponge.
Generally, big things are.
Mm-hmm.
I did a 5e conversion when we were doing Rune Lords in my other group, and all those stone giants that you guys have been fighting are just fucking meat sponges like a motherfucker in 5e.
Oh, I'm sure. You would never know by the fact that we were shredding them last session.
Right.
Anything else you want to do on your turn there, Kenneth?
No, that should be it.
All right. Fergus.
I'm gonna do my Fergus things. Let's see, Hornbow, first attack. Hey!
I stand by what I said last time.
You don't know me.
I do. It's been like 7 years, Richard.
So let's see, that's 16, 21, 27 points of damage. And then second attack.
That'll hit.
Another 10. Then
And
I'm gonna...
remember that time that Richard missed this combat? I haven't.
Listen, the dice gods have to smile on me occasionally, okay?
I love the fact that I'm giving Richard a hard time by being complimentary.
I am what I am.
How dare you try to steal his identity?
Jiggles.
All right. Jiggles will hop over and give a healing word to Nolgrim, upcast. When you upcast it, it doesn't increase your spellcasting modifier tacked onto the end. It just increases the 1d4.
Yes.
Okay.
It should, if you click the spell, it should query the casting level.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
normally it does.
Usually.
Oh, we'll give that a try. I'm casting at level 9 then. Shit. I didn't know you could cast whatever.
There we go. So that is
14 healing.
The hex doesn't count. But...
Oh yeah, the hex doesn't count. So it's just
14.
9 plus 5.
Yeah, that's the great thing about 5e is they don't bother doing all the. This is just the more powerful version. It's just okay. It's a higher level.
I believe that's something they adopted for Pathfinder 2nd Edition as well, because it's just kind of it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier.
It definitely does. And then he is going to still at range, so he will do another chill touch attempt now that it is at advantage.
Oh, that almost definitely hit.
And can you nat 20?
Yes, you can, but you didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. That is 10 necrotic damage.
I think with hex, I think as hex was I was thinking out, you can actually give it disadvantage on ability checks for certain things, but I don't think that'll matter in this fight.
Not so far, no.
I'll give it disadvantage at any athletics
Yeah, that makes sense.
checks.
Man, if only we had that one person to come in here and start grappling the whale.
That would be hilarious to see a Rocky Thrum jump off, try to tackle the whale, and just sink.
Miss.
Yeah, he was not made for water after he got that new armor.
I mean, was he made for water before?
Oh, yeah.
He could float like a duck.
All right. Second was same as the first. Gloom Stalker. At advantage.
Nice.
Critical with the branding smite.
With the branding smite would also crit, so you would have to roll another 2d6.
Yeah, go ahead and roll another 2d6. Okay. All right. As you aim down the sights and fire this radiantly charged bolt, would you like to describe how you kill an actual whale?
So the arrow is giving off radiant energy, so
quickly
the whale
Moby Dick at him. From hell's heart I stab at thee.
And it pierces right through his heart. There's like a red spider web crack through the whale's flesh, and once the heat of the radiant energy goes down, it's just spiderweb crack like slices through the flesh.
Mm-hmm. With a mournful...
The whale keels over.
Yep, with a mournful keel. It goes limp in the water. And hear Captain Hellspit go, "All right, lads. Harpoons and ropes out. Pull it in. We've got a payday to bring." And now goes up amongst the crew. But here's the question. You guys are on deck. You have weapons, though not all your stuff. Do you plan on starting anything? Or are you just going to surrender to your weapons again?
Well, I mean, the amount of people they have, and then...
We don't have any of our armor. We have to...
Yeah, we don't have armor. We only have our weapons, and we have limited ammo. So I already
I'm
burned
down
through
to
half
cantrips too, so...
Yeah, I burned through almost half the arrows they gave me, so...
I just thought I'd
I don't hear any argument.
Yeah. I don't want to railroad you guys, you know? So yeah, as they begin to haul in the corpse of the bitter whale, so they, with a gesture from the captain, they take your weapons away again. The captain leans over the rail to you, he goes, well, that was quite a show you put on there. Granted, probably could have done it with the old ballisty.
Probably could have done it faster with all our supplies.
Of that, I have no doubt. But good news, Master Surfacer Dwarves. That little display, you won't have your belly split and thrown into the sea.
That's
Oh joy!
a generous prize right there.
In fact, so impressed am I with you that when I give you over to the ransom auction house back at Dinport, I'll make sure that your swag is packed with you. So that way, wherever you end up, you'll still got it.
Oh,
After that display, why bother with the ransom house? We'll stick with you, Captain.
Okay, don't be smarmy. I'm pretty sure he knows that's a lie.
I know not to bring no poison urchins into me bed, lassie.
I was under the impression that was all pirates were.
Easy.
I'm just like leaning over to Jiggles and like, I can't tell if the captain's flirting with my cousin. And can't lie, it's a little weird.
The most awkward
I don't
family
know
reunion
either,
ever.
but if that's what's happening, then this is really hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Does killing this whale at least earn us a little bit of better food than the bread that we've been served?
By the black waters of the deep, he be speaking right. Cookie, cut off some of that whale's fat and boil it. Serve it in a stew to our fine whale slayers tonight. As you're all below deck. Aye, well, one moment. Jiggles there. I would have a word.
Aye, Captain. Happily.
Don't
Go
push
get him,
it, lad.
Jiggles.
Don't push it, lad. As you go into the cabin. And you're all taken down below back to the cages.
Yep.
So you sit down at the table there, Jiggles.
Mhm.
Captain Greymore Hellspite takes off his hat, his tricorn hat, which is always an interesting show because it needs to go up over his horns. Sorry, I was just laughing at really picturing that.
Hope his horns don't go out, because that'd be tough.
They kind of curve up.
Hmm.
So, what would this be? Third, fourth time I've sold you off back at port.
Aye, Captain. You could start cutting me in on your profits.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Slimy as a bottom leech you are.
I like to consider it resourceful.
That I'm sure you would. Who you got lined up to buy you this time?
I have a few dames who owe me a few favors. I have a few dames who'd pay just to kick my ass.
Aye, the way I hear tell of it back at port, the Carvers have got a score to settle with you.
Nothing they'd be too interested in, Captain, I assure you, and anything they'd want from me, I could pay you more.
Oh, really? With your massive pile of gold and whale ivory just lying around back at port of me, right?
Well, obviously not now, not on me. I'd have to round it up for you. It'd take a few days, but I'd make it worth your time. Always do.
Do you now?
Well, except for that one time, but that wasn't my fault. I mean, circumstances and all.
We'll be back at port in a few hours. You and that lot down below will be loaded into cages and sent to the ransom house. But I'm sure you lot will be getting out. I know what goes on in me ship, Master Jiggles. Yeah, working your way into that lot's good graces, are ye?
No, I wouldn't say I'm working anymore. I just It's good to travel with a crowd, don't you think?
I do suppose. You've met a great many crowds, have you not?
I'm highly wanted for my navigating skills. You've never let me really try it on your ship, but I can do it, I swear.
Perhaps another time. Loath am I to say it, that short-cropped little beardling does speak a few words of sense from time to time. There is me being something I want, and perhaps that little crew of his can get it for me. But not at this time. They're angling and they would say anything to get their head free from the noose.
Aye?
As would you, I imagine.
Well, I never tell a mistruth, but what's it you're after?
That would be what we's called private information, Master Jiggles. But I'll tell you what. I'll save you some coin from those who are probably whose favors you're going to call in to get yours out. Get you free back at port, free of charge. Just get that lot also out. Let 'em go about their little business. And when they are needing something from someone who knows the seas, and you and I both know that I know things they even used out,
Aye.
just make sure these come my way. Savvy?
Savvy. Drink on it? I'm very drunk.
He pulls like out 2 full tankards, one's almost as big as your torso. He's like, like you'd even have to ask.
Aye.
And
That's
if
roughing
you-
it, but
And if
I'd
you
lead
screw me
life.
on this, you Triton bastard, I'll rip out your lungs and use them to grease me deck.
Just one at a time. Of course, Jiggles never goes against his word.
And you
Drink up, me hearties, yo-ho.
back down below Bedeck. You're separated again, but how's the mood?
Well, at least we know we're going to make it to land. That's something.
By the way, before we got separated, I probably would have mentioned to Nolgrim and Taskell, like, maybe see during this time we're stuck in this boat if you can start teaching fucking what's his name? I can't remember off the top of my head. Iago some words in Undercommon, so he might not be a complete, out in the dark.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea, actually.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Nobody knows the troubles I've seen.
Donde está el
knows
baño?
but Father Mountain.
I don't have a
So-
cup to bang against the bars when she starts singing, so I just start ringing my head against the bars.
That hurts so much.
Clink, 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 clink.
As you guys are just sitting there waiting, you eventually hear a call come from up deck. Man overboard! And then you hear something, it's that daft fish! Damn Jiggles got away again! Should we wheel out the harpoons, Captain, make 'em suffering for running? Nah, boys, we're entering the gaunt sea. One sound and we're all as good as dead. He's got gills, he's as good as gone now. Roll it up. We're heading into port within 2 hours. And, Jiggles, what actually happened was, you're up on deck, they handed you a bag full of your stuff, they grabbed you by the collar of the seat of your pants, and the 10-foot-tall dwarf threw you overboard.
Remember our dip.
But you've got a swim speed and the ability to breathe underwater, so this is really no problem for you.
Damn it, hitchhiking again. And he can talk to sea creatures, so.
Well, from
Bruce the shark.
below deck. He fucking left us. That bastard. Oh well. Anyways, time to start teaching you undercommon swear words. We'll start there because that's kind of what I'm feeling now.
So, about 30 minutes later, an entire hush goes over the ship. I'll turn off the music to make it fitting. And in each of your little prison sections, a Drugar comes in. Does like the universal shush gesture, and then holds up a piece of wood that has carving and dwarven runes on it that says, "Don't make any sounds."
You said one of the Durgar?
Yeah, and this happens for both of you. He's not like He's not like on top of you or anything like that. He's over by the door. He's just doing it so you can read.
Is there anything I can roll to kind of deduce the nature as to why?
Give me an insight.
Not my strongest suit, but let's see.
And anyone in the other one can do it too. Okay.
I guess
Fergus,
I don't really need to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Fergus, there is something outside the ship that they are trying to make sure doesn't attack them. They're trying to run silent, as it was.
And I know that
Jesus.
too.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like put my hands to my lips like I'm gonna shout out,
Mm-hmm.
but then I just smile and I just do that hand wave like I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. And it's like on a natural 20, you do that gesture and you get that universal like this is no laughing matter look, and you realize that if whatever they're trying to alert attacks, you'll probably get killed too. It's a literal we're all in the same boat type situation. You're like
We're
that.
literally all in the same boat.
Yes. You are all quiet like that. The Drugar stay in your the rooms with you for an hour or two until you hear a thump 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 from the deck above, and he lets out a sigh. And he goes, "All right then." And he starts grabbing and pulling the cages. Time for you lot to actually make us some money. And as you guys are hauled out into the central hold, you see that they're hooking up chains to the top of your cages. And you saw that there was like those gratings on the deck of the ship. They're opened up, and you are surprised to see above you a vast network of wooden platforms that has a crane coming down to hook up to the top. And you begin to being hoisted up, as I will now move you to the map of this lovely city. Forgive the plain colors that I set up here, as you guys have arrived at Dinport. So you guys are over here being hauled up into what looks like a market section there. There's a separate little pallet with your supplies that some other pirates are hanging on to. And all around you, you see the lights of buildings and markets, and all moving through it are kobolds, goblins, Derugar, lizard folk, a few tritons like Jigless here and there, one or two drow, deep gnomes, and of course the gray-skinned Orog orcs, all giving off the air of cutthroats and thieves as you are being hauled up towards a building with a raised platform, where you see there's already a line of people in chains that are being auctioned off. A deep gnome up on chair is in chains up on front right now, and there's a goblin with like a very badly made powdered wig, clearly like made out of some sort of reed that's native to this area, saying an undercommon, "All right then, Sold back to this fella's lovely family for 8 gold pieces. I'm sure they will be most happy to see him again. Careful that he isn't caught again back out in those fishing waters. And laughs go up. And as you guys are doing this, there's one sound above everything else you guys are hearing. It's the constant ring of a massive bell tower that you can see right up here. And it's just constantly going dong, dong, as a constant din of noise. What's everyone's reaction as you see this? This is easily the biggest civilization you've been to since you started your expedition.
Well, I'd say it smells like home, but there's no ocean, there's no sunlight, and not much in the way of waves.
Say it smells like home, but it actually smells like mildew.
I mean, wasn't that kind of what your home smelled like when you were living in the weird colony y'all were growing up in?
Norgrim wonders what
Sorry, we
the
living Corsiconia.
Norgrim idly wonders where the odds that this place will burst into flames by the time, or will be in flames by the time they leave.
All we know is if there's explosions, we have to not look at it as we walk away.
And cover your ears. It's an overused joke that parody movies do it, but I still love it when the explosion goes off and they all start grabbing their ears. They're like, "Oh no!" You guys wait around for a little bit. Until finally the goblin he swings a gavel, but it's more like a Gallagher mallet. He's hitting a very large, some sort of sea monster skull with to quiet the crowd of cutthroats down. And he goes, all right, next up to auction, we've got, and he gestures as you guys are forced onto the stage, this lovely band of eclectic adventurers straight from the surface and lands beyond. And the ones who were lovely enough to sell us to our humble little auction house will include all of their loot and swag. And they there's a curtain go up, and you guys see like their pile of magical weapons and a giant freaking golem. Lots of oohs and ahs from the crowd.
Out of curiosity, is our foldable boat folded up and put in there?
Yes, they did figure that out.
I was just curious about that.
And
worthless garbage from the sea.
Do you actually say that there, Cope?
Yep.
You guys hear that, and you look down, and there's Jigless in the front row.
Norgrim gets a wink.
Norgrim is just dumbfounded.
Jigless, give me a persuasion check at advantage. Yeah, murmuring starts going through the crowd. Like, I don't know, maybe is it? I don't know. It is a bit too good to be true. You never want to. Often when they're, when someone's trying to give you something good, they either got a hand in your pocket or a dagger to your neck. Then you hear kind of a scratchy voice of someone in these long robes raise up a hand. It's not so much a hand as much as it's just like a large, like stone chisel where a hand should be. And says, 10 gold for the lot.
Does Jigless recognize
not
someone from the mages?
Not that person in particular, but he's definitely someone from one of the cults.
Okay.
Like, are we getting indication of like what's the game plan from Jiggles?
That's entirely up to him.
Jiggles looks through his pocketbook, looks back at that one. 12 gold pieces. That one hurt someone I know.
You hear the goblin go, ho ho! You heard it here, cutthroats and killers. This is a revenge auction.
Nogrim just thinks of the 2 salt crystals worth about 1,000 gold pieces each, just chilling in the loot pile. Nobody knows.
Mm-hmm. The same one in the robe says 12 gold pieces, and then points at Freya just for that one.
All right. So
Hey, it's like getting picked first in dodgeball.
Jiggles is going to try and catch Nogrim's eye, and he cocks his head to the side like, is it okay without her?
Nogrim would shake his head. No.
I was gonna say, which way are you shaking your head, boy?
Yeah.
15 for the female, and 3 gold pieces for the rest.
Give me another persuasion, flat.
Meanwhile, I'm just whispering to the group of us on the stage. Wait, if our loot comes with us, can't we just buy ourselves? I'm not sure how this works.
I don't think that's how slavery works, Fergus.
So excuse me, I've never been part of a slave auction, especially being, one of the slaves.
The robed person speaks up again. 18 for just the one.
$25 for the lot.
Ooh, big. Ooh, all around. Do you actually have that much?
Not on me. I mean, I don't carry a whole lot of gold on me right out of the sea.
That's out of character, by the way.
Not on me. I don't carry a lot of gold.
I mean, I'll have to be back around. You can hold them for a minute, right?
Give me I'll say deception at advantage, because you've already been working the crowd. Ooh, yeah. If you're willing to take that jump, you've probably got some more. And like your first, downplaying them has not made a lot of people else want to get on the action. You see that the cult guy is rummaging around beneath his robes, probably looking for some coin. And you hear a whisper by your elbow there, Jiggles going, psst, psst, and you look down, and it's a kobold wearing like a bandana and like a very stereotypical like bandit mask. It was just the eye holes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All of the kobolds.
Yeah. He goes, hey, 5 gold for me. Other one stops bidding.
Deal.
He spits into his hand and holds it up to you.
Jiggles licks his hand and shakes the kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Man, his hand was already moist too because he's a Triton.
All right, 2 coins up first, 3 after.
No. You know where to find me.
Oh, how long can you bullshit?
I'm watching you, Jiggles. And he disappears back into the crowd. And then you see, finally finishing to apparently counting his coin purse, the one weird robed guy starts to raise his chisel hand again. And he goes, I bid. And then the kobold just jumps up and stabs him in the throat.
Jesus.
And he's just bleeding out there in the middle of the crowd. And the goblin up front goes, that resolves our auction. 25 gold pieces for the lot. Smack, smack.
That'll do it.
Master Jiggles, if you'd be so kind as to step around to the side here for when you may collect your purchases as well as we can take your payment.
He waves a knowing hand and nods to the crowd. As he slowly slinks in.
As you guys are on stage, the most shocking thing about all that is how little everyone reacted to a dude being stabbed in the throat.
Right.
Yeah, the only reaction was like the people who were getting bled on moved a little bit.
Yeah, they just like took a half step to the side. It's like have you ever seen those videos of people like just falling down on like a New York street and everyone just steps around them?
Yeah.
Yes. Those are so terrible.
I know.
I'm starting to get conditioned to it though, living in Atlanta.
Time is money, Cope. Time is money.
Well, I did. There was a guy who collapsed on the side of a very busy highway, and so I did call 911 and waited for a minute, and they did send a patrol car, and then another one, and then an ambulance, and he had actually had some issues.
So I was just going through our bag of holding. Apparently, there's a chest that is locked, and Thrum has the key.
That's correct. Joe pointed that out to me. I thought that was a good.
I thought y'all wouldn't notice that until you go to like start liquidating, buying stuff.
I mean, luckily it's a chest. We can just break the lock. There's anything in there that's gonna shatter.
Right.
So you go to a side room there, Jigless, where the rest of the gang there is being brought in, along with the bags filled with their stuff and the poor schmuck who has to push the statue. It's filled with 5 bugbears. This one scar-faced bugbear at a table goes, "Right, you know the rules. Coins up on the table, then you can take your merchandise."
Aye. And I missed that first part. Sorry, I was taking off my jacket. Are they being let in as well?
Yeah. They're still in chains without any of their stuff.
Without any of their stuff?
Well, it's like it's being pushed in, but they're not wearing it.
All right. Oi there. I see y'all are doing a lot of business today. Give me a moment. Give them a minute, too. We've got to get our coins straight. And he starts to pull 2 gold pieces out of this pocket and put it down and searching for the other 2 and pull it out. Hey there, everyone. We'll need your gold pieces.
Nope, that ain't the rules. Whatever money they have in the bag is what you bought. You can't be buying with what you just bought.
I know, but it was mine before. And if it was mine before, then it was already theirs. And if it was theirs when I bought it, then of course I can use it, right? And plus, there's 2 in it for each of you.
Give me a persuasion. Do you speak Goblin?
Speak Undercommon.
Yeah. So there's just like a rapid series of like bugbears like talking to each other in Goblin.
I'm looking at Nolgrim and like fingering some coin. I'm like, y'all better get some coin out.
So it was
Nolgrim
your
will look
gold.
to the chest.
It was your gold, and then Cotton Hellspit got it, and then he gave it to us, and it's your gold, and you're buying your gold with your gold.
Well, that's close enough, son. But I tell you what, for thinking that hard, you're definitely going to need to come by and have a drink on me.
Why would I want to drink it? Just give the coin, please. He's not going to stop you from getting from the other stuff.
Yep.
You successfully cast confusion on this bugbear.
Did any of y'all keep a little bit of gold pieces on your person? Because now would be the time.
All of our shit was in the pile, so.
All of our shit is in the pile. All of our gold in the pile.
Okay. Start looking through, fellas. Y'all have bought and paid for. Now, we won't be leaving, of course, until we've paid each of these bugbears. There are 2 gold pieces. Here's 10 up on the table here. We need 15 more on the table, and then 2 per bugbear. That'd be another, let's see, there's 4 of you, minus coming in. So
Are we chained from the front or our hands behind our back?
Your chains are in front of you.
Yep.
Okay, can I grab my thieves' tools and just pop open the chest?
Sure.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
y'all
not gonna
don't be
open it all.
shy. Don't be shy. Get,
I'm not going to open it all the way because I don't want them to see how much is in there and have them get a little too greedy.
Mhm.
But I want to just pop it open and hand them the gold.
start talking to all the bugbears,
you
trying to
pull out-
distract them.
Fergus, you reach in and you pull out a piece of paper.
Oh, motherfucker.
It's written in Dwarven. It says, consider this ticket charge for transport to port. Signed, Captain Raymore Hellspit, and there is no money inside the chest. All your other stuff is
I
there,
figured.
but the chest is empty.
Yeah.
It is going to be so fun to kill him.
Am I able to look through my stuff and see if the salt crystals are still there?
Yeah, the salt crystals are still there.
I'm going to hold one up and...
Yeah, they just took the coins and the gems, which were just easily snatchable.
Ogre will make his way with one of the crystals to Jiggles and say, this is a very pricey crystal. I don't know if you could get change for it and then come back or what have you, but
Fellows turn towards the bugbears. Can they stay here for a bit and I'll be right back? I left some of my coin outside.
Right.
They don't go back. They don't go
if you
back.
don't come back before the auction's done, we kill them.
And out of character, how long does the auction look with the line of people below?
You got like 2 hours.
Oh, guys, you don't worry. Get all of your stuff, hold it tight, and do what they say.
We're going to die, aren't we?
Eventually, we all do.
I have never felt so unsecure putting my life in the hands of someone.
So
In fact, how many bugbears are in here?
5.
I mean,
Just one bugbear just turns to you in this awkward silence as Jiggles leaves. So, any of you heard about literary real estate?
No, but I got some dice if you want to play a game while we wait.
See, it's simple. They describe a bit of land in a book, and then you can buy that land in the book. We'll go.
Well, I haven't heard of that, but if you would like, I know a place that you can get a star named after you for a small fee.
So while we've leave this Ponzi scheme competition, we'll just
Probably a
come
good
back.
time to be
Come
like
back,
to be
Fergus.
continued.
I have made 2 million imaginary gold pieces.
And I now own 3 islands in a book.
Jiggles, what's your plan?
To head to the closest black market he knows.
That would just be where you are now, which would be the overmarket, which is
Yeah,
pretty
he
right.
just turn right.
Yeah.
And do I know anything about these salt crystals?
I mean, it's a perfectly shiny gem. You
they
probably need to
slice,
lick
they
it to figure out
dice,
it's salt.
here's what ails you.
Let's see. Let's do a retroactive persuasion at disadvantage to see if you know a good dealer.
Good.
You know the best guy.
I do. He loves.
What a coincidence!
salt.
It's worth exactly 25 gold.
Yeah.
By the way, I assume the 25 gold pieces and emeralds and my diamond in my inventory were gone too.
Nope, just
Like
what was
my
in the chest.
Okay.
You idiot! You had it on you the whole time.
Don't worry about it.
Selling your 500 gold piece salt.
Also,
rock.
we need those diamonds in case we come across like restoration stuff.
Yep. You know a lizard folk who you can now pronounce his real name, but everyone just calls him Rocco because he sells rocks. That you can find
call him what? Rocco?
Rocco.
I'm just gonna say that's gonna be our new favorite character. He's gonna be our new friend,
Yes.
Rocco the Rock Seller.
Rocco the rock seller.
Rocco the Rock
That's better
Lizard.
life.
It's amazing how many games I've run so far where there's a character I just named Rocco just because I like that name.
No,
Rocco
actually,
the
it's
Rock
not a
Hound.
bad name.
No, it's
Rocco the Rock Seller, son of Cope the Dirt Sweeper.
Yeah. His shop isn't so much a building as much it's like a tent because it's more like a bazaar setup where there's like all piles of good in front of tents, and then they have like this rigging of rope going between the tents so that way small kobolds and goblins scurry along the top. You definitely pass at least 3 muggings and 2 murders on your way here.
Do my best not to get my boots dirty. Rocco, I've got a deal for you. I'm going to make you rich, and I'm going to make a little coin too. Puts it on the table.
Glad to see you are back at port. What have you brought me this day?
Slaps it on the table. Have you ever seen one so large?
He
Not
picks
after
it
you
up.
slapped it on the table like that.
Yeah, he picks it up. He examines it. He puts like one of those little jewelry like examiner lenses in. He licks it. I have seen bigger, but I'm told it's how you use it in soups. I give you 23 gold pieces.
Do a insight to know if that's good or bad, or what
Sure.
what would
At
it be?
disadvantage because you did get a natural 1 on knowing this guy.
Yep. All right.
I mean, it's a standard practice to haggle in Dinport, but he's not getting you far off the X.
Yeah, come on. It's worth at least twice that much. Tell you what, I'll split it and give you half for 23.
These are hard times. The bellkeepers do not buy from Rocco's shop very often.
Well, that's because you don't go into the trinkets. If you buy more trinkets, you'd deal with the bellkeepers, but you buy rocks, Rocco. Let's face it.
Rocks are good. Rare rocks are even better.
And this
Pirates
is a
use
rare
rare
rock.
rocks. 28 gold pieces. Practically robbery. Rocco barely be able to turn profit.
Do I see anything that I recognize around there, like a small ruby that I know is worth like 10 gold pieces?
Even the smallest ruby would be worth at least like 30. It's there's not a lot of mining, and the carvers control what little there is.
28 gold pieces and one of those.
You just point to like some flintstones.
No, at least something worth some money that I recognize, but not too much. Just something that would hold some value.
He points at something shiny. That's what he's saying. He points at something shiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something green or something red. Emerald
Or something blue.
or sapphire.
He shakes a bottle of Flintstones vitamins at you.
Oh, those are good.
They'll settle in your stomach just like rocks.
Let's see here.
Anti-acid?
Oh yeah. You point to some like red crystals. You know, it's fine. 27 gold pieces and one of those crystals. Best offer.
Done. Bag it.
Mm-hmm. He
I have
takes
no
it.
idea what I just bought, but yeah.
Oh, you're about to go talk to some dwarves. They can probably tell you. But yeah, it's like a red crystal.
Gumbo, that was
it-
racist.
It's not like as perfect as the salt diamond that you just gave away, but yeah, you're able to get back to the auction house.
All right. Get back within the 2 hours and, well, fellas, did you find any gold in your items that we've bought now for 25 gold pieces?
Wait, I thought they were yours.
I can't ever pull one over on you. And he puts the rest of the gold on the table. Puts another 15 on the table.
All right. Take your ransomies and the supplies and please go. So you guys are able to get your stuff, and you're finally able to walk free for the first time in a few days. Fergus now owns a lovely villa in a romantic comedy novel, and the other guy owns a star, despite not knowing what a star is.
He named the star Jeff, which was weird.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, around Stellar Jeff, an invasion is planned.
Loki, write that down.
Done.
Do we want to call it there since we just broke free?
That's probably the best place.
Well, hold on, before we cut out. So, what are we going to be able to get with the rest of the money you got from that 1,000 gold crystal?
The what?
Like that crystal, it was worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
Not down here. You got your freedom for that. Are you kidding me? 1,000 gold pieces? I needed 15.
That's the
There's
closest
1,000
I
gold
had.
at least.
How much did you get for it?
Probably at least a couple hundred, right?
27 and this?
2,700.
It's a piece of red quartz. It's not even a gem.
You haggled up to $2,700?
No, 27 gold pieces for that piece of rock you gave me? You know it was made of salt? I'm surprised it had...
I really don't like our new owner, guys. I think we're just going to have to rebel.
Technically speaking, you're not owners. He paid your ransom. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, no. I don't own you, Filth. I'm not getting in trouble.
No, that's okay. You now owe us, let's see, with the rest of the money, about 950 gold that you're going to have to pay off.
Oh, really? That's how you look at it?
No,
well, me and the captain will have to come back and have a conversation with you then.
All I'm saying is in the future, perhaps let one of us haggle when it comes to selling precious gems like that. But
look,
all that aside, I would like to say thank you.
You're welcome.
As much as we sass, I appreciate not being killed by a bunch of you said they were bugbears?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the bugbears. Although I don't know what the strange one in the robes would have done with the young lass. But I don't think anyone else would have bought you, so you probably would have just been eaten. But you're welcome. Sorry about the misunderstanding over the rock. Next time when somebody needs 15 gold pieces, don't hand them something worth 1,000 when they don't know anything about rocks. I
had on hand, and I didn't want to see the actual.
The captain kind of took all of our money.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he'll be known to do that. He is a pirate.
This is true.
Do you have anything left? Can you all buy a meal?
I got a few silver and one more of those crystals.
I have these emeralds, and I hold up the pile of emeralds I had in my pocket.
Oh, well,
I wouldn't be flashing that. I wouldn't be flashing that around here, fellas. Let's go talk. You don't quite know much about Didden. I can fill you in. This is a band of thieves and cutthroats and pirates who'll just as soon kill you and wipe your own blood on your pant leg as they will give you the time.
I go in after he says that. I just kind of throw them in my hat of storage and put it on my head.
Yeah, Fergus, someone immediately tries to pickpocket you, but your passive perception's high enough.
I just slap their hand away. No, bad.
I won't do nothing. I won't do nothing. And then all of a sudden, there's this orc that grabs him by his collar and goes, "What'd I tell you about coming around here anymore?" And he stabs him in the stomach and pins him to a wall.
I give the orc a thumbs up as we begin to walk.
What are you looking at?
Eyes down. Let's keep on moving right this way, fellas. And he start talking as he waves to people he knows, points to people you don't want to go near.
You'd feel a tap on your side as Nolger's trying to hand off the valuable crystal, then knowing that he is not the most perceptive ever.
I just stuff it in my hat.
Keep your hats on your heads.
I really need a rabbit to go in here.
And I think that's where we'll break it. As next
Yep.
session, you guys will begin to explore the lovely port city of Dinport.
Mm-hmm.